Squad up, Cinco Squad, episode 148, back in the house, but this time we're going to do it live, so y'all got to appreciate that. Super Bowl week. We've had to wait a long time. We got John up here on life support, just begging for this week to hurry up and end. In the meantime, my Lakers, they did what they're supposed to do. I know it's a football show, but Jay, I have to ask you really quick. Been a lot of trades. Jimmy Butler just got traded. Lucas got traded. Everybody's going everywhere. What have you taken away really quick from NBA before we get to this NFL talk?
That everybody just made it easier for OKC to win the West. Let's go.
Everybody made it east. So still OKC, who you got coming out the East?
Yeah. You got to beat the champs to get out the East.
Beat the champs to get out the East. Okay, so OKC, Boston. What about you, Mike? Any interesting observations?
Quick and to the point is Grandpa Jay this evening.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah, no.
What the hell?
I still think it's OKC.
Yeah. I got ridiculed last time for voicing my opinion, so I'm gonna just be quick and to the point. Because last time I got ostracized for actually speaking my mind, since I'm not allowed to do that on the show.
We want your opinions. We want your opinions. By the way, though, shout out to the Running Wrestling Podcast. Squad up, definitely. We messed that podcast heavy. I see them in the chat. Shout out to Lady Alpha. That's one of my Ohio State, one of my favorite Ohio State fans. You see me rocking the hat already, of course. Maybe John to get one for his Eagles. We'll see if that actually happens. Mike, really quick, thoughts on the NBA trade deadline before we get into this football.
Well, first off, this has already been a wild deadline, and as far as we've heard, there's a potential Kevin Durant trade coming. And if you had told me Luka Doncic and Kevin Durant would both get traded at the trade deadline this year, I would have thought you were crazy. But it's still OKC Boston. I don't see any of these changes so far having changed that for me.
I think we have to go back and see if like 5 or 6 All-Stars all got traded in the same week in any given year in the NBA, if all that does go down.
I'm sure.
I didn't even get the process of Jimmy Butler thing because, that happened right before we got on. So, this is a side note. If anybody's in the chat and they haven't seen, Jimmy Butler did just get traded to the Warriors, so that saga finally is over. So, John's Miami Heat are finally done with the Jimmy Butler business.
Jimmy.
He also got an extension immediately. I think he's making $60 million a year is what I quickly saw before we got on here with this extension. So, I guess shout out to Jimmy's agent and, good luck to you up in Golden State. But anyways, we all came here for football. John, how are you hanging in your Eagles? A couple days away, Super Bowl's almost here. How are you hanging?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing like I did in 2022. I'm doing like I did in 2017. I don't watch any sports. I haven't watched really anything. I watch Pat McAfee, but they don't really talk a whole lot of Super Bowl. They talk a lot of other things. So I'm really just keeping it low key. I'm not worried. This is the first Eagles gear I've worn all week. So yeah, I'm not really stressed about it. Bring it on. I said in my Eagles group chat, I want C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the first series of the drive against the Chiefs to just absolutely light up Mahomes, regardless of a penalty or not. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm tired of this whole bullshit with the refs. I'm tired of all the bull crap with the refs. But I gotta give a shout out to like one special Philadelphian. We had a tragic accident in Philadelphia, Northeast Philly, this past week, and in doing so, this 10-year-old pretty much risked his life to save his sister, and got a piece of the plane stuck in his brain, and he's doing better now. But the reason why he got a piece of his brain or metal stuck in his brain is because he dove and covered his sister, and he's a huge Eagles fan. AJ Brown, the whole team's supporting him, and saying they're going to see him when he gets back. And so, long story short, it's cool. It's cool to see in such a tragedy something heroic came out of a 10-year-old. So, with all that being said, it puts into perspective that this is just a freaking game. So, there's bigger things in life other than a football game. So, regardless of who wins on Sunday, shout out to that kid because, that's the true hero right now.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Definitely shout out to them. Definitely prayers for all those families with the tragic accident out there in Philly. But moving on to some more football, we got a lot of guests coming in. We got like 9 or 10 guests. Some have been on the show before. It's a little bit of everywhere. So bear with us because we got football type fans. We got fans that aren't big football fans. We're just bringing folks in. First person we're going to bring in, though, he's been on the podcast before. He actually was one of our first guests. Hosts his own podcast. Some people would say that the word on the street is they say Trey Songz invented sex. What I heard is this guy is actually the inventor of sex. This is the host of the CWC Cocktails with Cocktails podcast. Bringing our guy B. Smith Brandon in, and he's a Lions fan. So, RIP. Let's more on Brandon and all the offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. But we're bringing our guy Brandon on right now.
Let's see. There he is. What's up?
There
man?
he is.
Yep. Got floss of
Look
teeth
alert.
before you get on, bro.
Look alert.
What's going on, man?
How y'all doing?
I like the backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is the original Sheafy painting.
Level up. Level up.
Yeah,
No, that's a
you know,
new
I'm
drop.
trying.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's a new drop. I hadn't seen that one. All right, we got to get right into business.
Yeah, I bought this a couple years before I bought my house, and I was just holding on to it until I can
Nice.
get it plugged up.
All right, getting right into business. Where are you going to be watching the game at?
The crib, man. I got $4,000 sound system, including the TV. So Super Bowl is always at my house. Super Bowl is the biggest thing. So when you got surround sound, you got the music for halftime, and you got the DJ, which is me. It's always at my house.
When we pull up, what are we eating at your crib? We got wings, pizza. What you got on deck?
Honey, what are you cooking for Sunday?
Wings, rotel dip,
Rotel dip.
probably some macaroni. I don't know, depending on how I feel.
Yeah, how she feel? I'm cooking the wings. I got a Costco pack for Christmas. It's in the freezer, so I'm gonna cook a whole bunch of wings. I'm a little weird though because I don't like sauces, so people just don't get sauce with the wings. Everybody's judging me right now. I see it.
Wow.
No, not judging. Okay, actually, it brings me to an important question. Like I said, some of this will be football, some of this will be non-football. And wifey in the background, she can answer too. Kansas City is known for barbecue. Philly's known for cheesesteaks. Barbecue or cheesesteak? Which one are we going with?
You guys are really about to judge me. I don't like barbecue sauce, but I do like barbecued food. And I definitely like cheesesteaks, so I'm gonna go with cheesesteaks.
Period. Locked
Yeah.
the line.
Wow.
Locked in the line. Jay, when you actually were a connoisseur of meats, which would you have taken?
Connoisseur of meat.
Pause. The cheesesteak or the ribs? Which one would you have taken back when you used to actually not be?
Ribs all day long, man. I have people talk this shit about the ribs can't fall off the bone. Come on now. But at least I could have vegan cheesesteaks.
I was gonna say I would think Jay would
Vegan cheesesteak?
cheesesteaks because we do vegan.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking like if I had to go off, off the script, and I can go off the script for one day. I remember my brother's mom used to make these freaking ribs back in the day. I used to dream about that shit, bro. I never dreamt about no cheesesteak.
Got you. Okay.
That's a good
Brandon,
point.
I'm on to about
Yeah.
cheese.
No, what you about to say?
I agree with Jay now. Like that's a good point. Like I've never woke up and said, "Shit, I really want a cheesesteak," but I smell
Good point.
real during the holidays and stuff. That's a good point.
Good point. Brandon. Okay, this is looking a bit forward before we go back to the game. You're a Lions fan. Unfortunately, they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. I know a lot of us expected there. Never too early. Are the Lions going to the Super Bowl next year?
I'm going to say yes because I haven't done the math on it, but I would assume it's a very historic year in injuries. Not only did you have key starters out, but those key starters backups were out, and we still were 15-2. So honestly, when you look at it and you take away the hype and everything, we never should have made it as far as we did, and we never should have looked as good as we did. So we honestly, one could say we overachieved.
Got you. I got you.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
y'all played. I mean, for overachieving, I mean, you guys dominated a lot of the games though. So to see that performance, who'd you guys lose to? I forget, the Commanders. I mean,
I knew that
that
it was going to
surprising
be
to me.
scary. We don't do good against running quarterbacks historically.
Mm.
Since running quarterbacks started, we suck against running quarterbacks. Like it's kind of scary, and for our defense to lose all the key pieces,
In the chat, really quick, we were asked if we checked the ticket prices. What are the ticket prices? Anybody know? for this game.
Average
I
is
just seen
10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it jumped from 7 and quick.
Average is
Excuse me.
10,000.
They'll go down. They'll go down 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they'll go
Yeah.
down to like 9,999.
Yeah. Oh, is that all?
Right.
Okay, well we can afford that.
now you can afford it. It's in double.
Yeah.
4 figures now.
I have a question for Brandon.
Yes, go ahead.
Looking forward before we get back to the game. Brandon, are you actually going to let me win fantasy next year?
I'm glad you brought that up. You know, since I started with you guys, my fantasy name was I Eat Ass. Then the next year was Still Eating Ass, and I already have my name for next year.
Continuing.
Asking. So, like, no, I'm not. You know? Yeah. So I thought about it. Like, as I realized I was kicking your ass, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
I'm
what's my name going to be next year?"
kicking that ass.
That was a bad championship round.
I thought it would be along the lines of kick that ass or spank that ass somewhere along there. So,
But if it
Summer
counts,
Ass is gonna be involved in the
what I
fantasy
did
game.
to you, somebody did to me the following week in another league. So,
Oh, okay. So,
and that was for more money, so it hurt a little bit more.
fair enough.
Brandon, for the game, who do you think is gonna be the unsung hero? Like nobody's talking about, and it's gonna be like didn't see this one coming.
I really feel like I am going to jinx it because I have I'm in a pool and we pick teams to win throughout the playoffs in the pool, and we have money on us. It's just $20 a person, and right now I'm tied for first place or second place rather. I picked Philly to win, and I picked Devontae Smith to be the MVP.
Damn. I can see that. Skinny Batman.
Yeah.
Bubba agrees.
skinny beat man.
Don't
There
y'all
was
start.
There was
I'm
something.
sorry, my dogs heard your dogs.
I know. I was like, Bubba agrees. And then, like, they probably like, what? Who let the dogs out?
Okay, more important information. John has that Eagles jersey on up there. Eagles jersey, Chiefs jersey. Who has the better looking jersey?
Man, their Eagles are going green, right?
Green.
Midnight green, yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't like
I
the
wish they were going
green.
black.
So I would have preferred black.
Me
I
too.
think the Chiefs are going white, right? Yeah, I like the Chiefs white jersey more. Unless you're eating a hot
Mike,
dog.
what about you? Mike, what about you? Which jersey? I
Yeah.
already know John.
So I mean, it out of principle, I feel like I have to pick the Chiefs jersey because, like, come on, like, out of just them being my second least favorite team because we have been over this, you know.
I mean, but your team's not going to do anything for the next 5 years. You might as well just pick what you want.
3 years, maybe not 5 years, probably. Yeah, but so Brandon, but that means that in football I have to exist out of spite, and therefore I have to pick the Chiefs white jersey.
Got you.
See, when
Lady
you lose
Alpha,
as
by the way,
Lions, you just appreciate being alive. So
Lady Alpha, by the way, in the chat, she asks who's performing at halftime. It's
SZA.
Kendrick Lamar and SZA will be coming out, and we're not sure who else. Brandon, though, you're actually a DJ. As a side note, check Brandon out. Brandon DJs around Detroit. That's one of his side hustles, of his many side hustles. Who do you want to see at halftime next year? And what's your DJ name, too?
Man, it's not going to happen because of what has transpired, but I always thought that Drake would have been the perfect Super Bowl performer. So I think it's a cop-out to say somebody that could never happen. So I'm going to say for the Super Bowl, if I had to pick someone to perform, bring Janet Jackson back.
Nice.
Of course, you would be the one. Now, if Janet comes back, keep it on, keep it off. How's this go if Janet comes back out? Now, take in mind.
You got to equal
Now,
them
I
out.
know it's gonna sound a little bit off base. That titty is about
Yeah,
60
yeah.
years old now. It's not the same titty from back in the day.
You want to hear something funny? I was doing a school project, right? And in my school project, everybody had to pick a state out of a hat. The state that I had was North Carolina. And who was in the Super Bowl? Carolina. So my parents and I stopped working on the project because it was due on Monday. It was Sunday. We stopped working on the project to watch the halftime show. And my dad said, "See, I told you we should have kept working on the project because I saw
Okay, so to recap real quick, you got Devontae Smith for MVP.
Yep.
You got Eagles to win. What's your final score prediction?
Fuck, I wish I remembered the actual final score that I gave. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick while we're talking, but I know it was high. And I know that I kind of screw up going extra high. Every time I go high, it's low. Every time I go low, it's high. I think the last score was 38-35, right?
Something like that. I
39,
know the
30,
over under is
35.
47 and a half, I think.
I think I had the Eagles winning 41-38. Kansas City still scores the same amount, but Jalen Hurts doesn't throw that interception at the end, and the Eagles end up going up 41.
Points
Got you,
galore.
got you.
I like
So keep it
I think
exciting,
it's a
keep it
super
fair.
pick, to be honest. The
I'm
defense.
saying take it over, guys. Take that over.
Take the over. Lock it in. Take the over. Make sure that's one of our locks of the week from Brandon here. Before we let you go, shout out anything you want to shout out as far as your podcast, places people can check you out there in the chat. If you want to give any quick shout out before we let you go.
I just want to give a shout out to you guys, man. I've been seeing you guys pushing. I love seeing the grind. I can't wait to see what you guys do over the next 365. And shout out to my Pistons. They're the next ones up. What else will I say? I have a question for you guys. Can I ask you a question at the end?
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot it out there.
It was a debate that I had. Is Mahomes the GOAT if he wins 3 in a row?
He's a good one.
That's-
Mahomes already is my GOAT. Everybody knows that who watches this show.
Yeah.
He doesn't need-
He's halfway to Brady in terms of total, but he will go down as I think the Chiefs may end up going down as a team with the most dominant run in NFL history because it would have been 4 or 5 years. So he'll go down, I think, as probably the most dominant era of a quarterback in modern day history.
And
Yeah.
Travis Kelce will retire if they win.
most likely.
And he will
100%.
promote Taylor
I,
Swift.
I,
Is it
I,
finally gonna happen, Trey? Is it finally gonna happen or what? I mean, you've been calling
Yes,
this shit
yes,
for like
no.
14 months
You
now,
got
bro.
Taylor
Years
Swift
now,
at the
bro.
50-yard line.
You said this shit. You said this
No, I
shit.
think that's
Yeah,
too
that's
scripted.
because we weren't playing the three-peat yet. We weren't playing the three-peat yet. That's why I said it
Niggas
last
All
said
right.
December
it's
23,
different.
bro.
You get 4 rings.
Travis got some cold feet.
Yes.
He works that out with the NFL that he's going to do it right, and then they lose.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why they
And
can't
if he
lose.
does work it out with the NFL and all the cameras are set up in the right spots, now I'm going to think that this was rigged. If they lose, like if they win like last minute on some dumb shit, I'm going to definitely think that is rigged if he proposes. That's why he cannot propose.
I mean,
Hey, shit happens. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah.
sometimes there's a pass interference.
Fuck Ohio State.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay, now I see.
Dang.
Now Brandon's got to go. But Brandon, before I kick you
Go
out of this
Blue.
show, let everybody know where they can catch you at as far as socials and everything, because Brandon's got to fucking go now. Let everybody know where to catch you at, Brandon.
You can catch me on Instagram at bsmith0fcwc. You can catch me on Twitter where it's very X-rated at CWC the podcast, and you can catch me DJing for your girl when she doesn't want to be around you.
Very well.
All right, Brady.
All right, Brandon, we
Keep
appreciate you.
up the work.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you as usual.
He's always
Of course, Brandon, as usual, is make sure y'all go find Brandon's hilarious
great
on Twitter.
opening, guys.
I've known Brandon since we go back to college. Me and Brandon go back years and years ago. Quick thing of note: I had one of my buddies from work, my guy Milch. What he texted me is the lowest ticket right now he's been able to see is about 4G, which is down 30% from last year's Super Bowl. So right now, ticket prices are down. If anybody wants to last minute see if they can maybe get their way out the Super Bowl. Next up, though, we've had this guy on before. It's our guy Fonz. Now, what we know Fonz for is Fonz is the jersey guys, and the word on the street is Fonz has more jerseys than Foot Locker, Lids, Champs, and all these places combined. So we're gonna bring Fonz on. We're gonna talk a little bit more about football, his Ravens. You know, Lamar's next MVP. Unfortunately, they didn't get to go to the Super Bowl, but here we go.
What's up, Fonz?
Fonz in the building.
Oh, listen, can you guys hear me? I had an issue with my headphones. Can y'all hear me? Are we good?
We have a better
Yeah,
software.
we can hear you. We got you.
Oh, I was supposed to be on a show last week and it didn't work, and I was like, all right, I don't want to go 0-2 this week. All right,
We
but we're here.
upgraded our software from the last time you were on. So
Yes.
I like it. I like it. I like
Making
this
sure-
stuff.
Making sure that nothing goes wrong.
No,
But we
no,
super
listen,
upgrade from last year, so.
Last year's
listen,
stuff was
your
trash.
guys' stuff last time was good too. That was more on my end with that Super Bowl one. I remember that one very well.
Yeah, that was funny. That was fun times.
But thank you guys
It
for
was
having me.
Yeah.
Been a while. How you been?
Good, good. Hey, it's been quite some time, Mike. It's been a while too. How are you, sir?
Uh-huh.
Go Giants!
Good.
Right?
How are you? Yeah, I mean, you know, we're all right.
Closest
Squad.
thing to Cinco
I like
Squad
it.
shirt.
No,
Oh,
you know
here's
what?
my-
We appreciate it.
Cinco Squad shirt.
Yeah,
Cinco
listen,
Squad
we
merch right
appreciate
there. We appreciate
if you
that.
know the show, you know the show. All right, people.
should-
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
That
Oh,
should be
man.
our mascots. And our
You guys should just put
One
like
of
your guys' like
We
pictures
should
of you
make
guys
jerseys
on
with
here.
that, bro.
Photoshop ourselves on Arthur and DW and everybody else.
So these jerseys don't fit anymore. So that's why it's the John Morant Vancouver Grizzlies. I'm trying to get it without the mic cutting off. Here you go. And then this one, if you guys
Now,
can
is there
see it-
is there a place to put your pistol inside of that? John
Karolinko?
Morant?
You like Karolinko?
no,
Is there
this is
a
No,
spot
that's
for a
Donovan
pistol
Mitchell.
holster?
Donovan Mitchell.
I've been for the Morant when I saw a pistol, a holster.
Yeah,
It's in the drawer. I can't if I pull it up here, then you guys are gonna get banned, and that's a whole nother thing. I don't want to be, I don't want to get in trouble for that. All right, because it'll be blamed on me. Oh man!
So, Vons,
Speaking of
where you watching
jerseys,
the game at?
oh, with the watch at home, with the family, nothing too crazy. I'll say quickly with the jersey thing. Jimmy Butler got traded, so another jersey officially retired in my collection. So just have to throw that out there. 2 in 1 week. Luka and now Jimmy. So I'm not retiring from buying jerseys. So but just had to throw
Do you
it
have
out
a-
there.
77 Lakers jersey. It looks nice.
Yeah.
I got one on pre-order right now. It looks nice.
I don't have a Lakers jersey, surprisingly, in the collection. Surprisingly, I don't have one.
There
It's
you
like one of the
go.
only few teams I don't. So
Let's
maybe.
go with it. Of all the Lakers greats, who other than Magic, take Magic out the equation. Who would you get? What jersey?
Probably the Shaquille O'Neal one, from the 2000s, the gold one.
Nice.
Like 2002 when he won the MVP with the Lakers, like 2001. That one, I like that era.
Yeah, that's
Lakers jerseys.
2001 year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, speaking of jerseys, you got
Yes,
the Eagles, you got the Chiefs.
Mhm.
Whose jersey's better?
For some reason, I know New Yorker guy. I'm gonna get hate for this. I actually like the Eagles jerseys. I actually do like them a lot. I like the black one's nice, the green one's nice. The Kelly Green throwback, it's a good throwback, but I like their regular rotation jerseys. Cheese ones aren't too bad. They're a little bit boring because they don't have alternates. Like they never had an alternate jersey in their history. I like a little variety. Variety is the spice of life. So the Eagles ones, I think, the better jersey.
I said they should have went all black. Because every time
They should, but the NFL. I saw you guys talk about this before. The NFL does something weird where they can't wear alternate jerseys in the playoffs. It's only your road or home jersey, which is very weird. Which I mean, I kind of get because the playoffs. I get for the Super Bowl. I kind of get it, but during the playoffs, if the Eagles wore the all black, I wanted the Ravens to wear all black against the Steelers. But yeah, the NFL has like weird jersey rules too, which they should just get rid of.
Agreed.
Now we're a bit early. You talked about your Ravens there. Will your Ravens be in the Super Bowl next year?
I would like to. Listen, I would like to. Listen, from last year when I was on with Sean Smith, I still have beef with him. I'm sure you guys remember that. I have beef with Sean Smith and the Chiefs and everything.
Yeah.
From the Isaiah Likely toe situation, I still believe it. I still believe so. There's no big free agents they got to bring back outside of Ronnie Stanley, but like everyone else is intact for another year. It's the following year I'm worried about with like Kyle Hamilton, Linderbaum, and a bunch of other guys too. So I definitely am confident that they could make a deep playoff from potentially Super Bowl, but it really kind of depends on how other teams do in the offseason. I'm not too worried about our team right now, but it's, see what everyone else does.
Quick thing in the chat. There's a shout out to the Kelly Green jerseys. We have an Eagles fan here. What was your opinion of the Kelly Green jerseys? Let's hear it.
I've never liked the Kelly Green jerseys. I've never had a favoritism to them. I don't know. I just I think when they went away with them, that's when the franchise started to get better and better. So I'm like, all right, let's keep it. I wish this would be like their jersey. To be honest with you, the black, all blacks. I'm like, that'd be cool. Let's trade out the midnight green. But now I've heard that they're going to probably in a few years go back to the Kelly Green as their main jerseys.
Ooh,
which
really?
I would absolutely hate.
I like the as throwbacks. I don't know if you put them as a permanent home jersey or even like the white version for the road. Like it's a good like nostalgic one game a year jersey. So I agree with you. Like it's a good throwback. Is it the best in the NFL right now? No, but it's a good 1 year because I feel like people like the popularity of it.
Well, when you guys wear your all blacks, that uniform just looks killer. They're all blacks.
Oh,
that
it's
is a killer freaking.
Especially at home where you guys have the like intros and stuff. You guys come out.
When it's Steelers Ravens Sunday Night Football 9-6 back in the 2000s. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
That was a good listen, guys. That was a good era of football. I missed that. We like the high scoring. We like the high scoring shootouts, but let me tell you, you guys miss once in a while a 9-3 Sunday Night Football defensive monster game. I'm telling you.
I do.
Yeah, me and my nap bro misses that one.
Jay hates 9 to 3 games off the pass.
Yeah,
John on
not
the other end,
He's
John
not
hates when
players.
games go over 10 points. So we
I'm
had
good with that.
opposites
I'm
here.
good with the defensive game, but they've hindered all the defensive players, so now it has to be a high scoring game. Fonz, let me ask you about Lamar. What are your thoughts on him? I mean, my biggest, the biggest gripe is he performs through 18 weeks and then something happens in the playoffs. Something, whether he just. What do you think? What do you think's the matter, and do you think he can get over it?
I definitely think so. We saw a lot of progress this past playoffs, I think, against the Steelers. And listen, the game against the Bills, he did have a bad fumble and that pick. Those were bad turnovers, and I'll admit that.
Very bad.
But the positive you could say is it was in the first half, and he completely changed in the second half. I mean, if Mark Andrews didn't drop that ball, no one's talking about it. That dart to Likely towards the end of the fourth quarter, like that was a beautiful throw and would be a whole different conversation. Now, the Bills could have easily came back with 2 minutes left because there was still plenty of time. So he did a lot better in the playoffs. I think he improved. It's a steady little improvement. Obviously, you want more with your franchise quarterback, but I was very happy with how he did in the playoffs in the first 2 games. Take away that first quarter, be a whole, different story. So he's in the right direction. I think next year he's going to take a little bit more of a step. You want more, obviously, with that franchise and now potentially 3 MVPs, but it's in a better spot than, say, last year where he just flat out was just bad, even against the Chiefs last year in the AFC Championship game. So it was a little stagnant, a little better, but, I'm positive about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so this year we can't say it was Lamar's fault, which I really don't think it was his fault. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Andrews because the guy's been a monster, and for it to end like that, that was terrible.
Ravens all-time touchdown leader now, or at least with tight ends. I think with all like receiving touchdowns, he's their all-time leader.
I think he got.
Just assumed it would be him.
Yeah, well, Derek Mason's the all-time receiving leader, so that's when you know how bad the receiving core history is with the Ravens. Yeah, like that drop was bad, and that fumble, that fumble was just kind of like a boneheaded play. That drop, that situation with the weather and everything, and he slipped on the field. But yeah, you just feel for that whole team because I think they were like right there. Like if they won that game against the Bills, I would think it'd be an Eagles-Ravens Super Bowl right now. I think they could have definitely beaten the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, unless Sean Smith wasn't there. But that's a whole listen. I don't want to. Is he reffing this game? Is he reffing this game? I have no idea who the referee is.
I'm personally flying Sean Smith in the ref. I'm personally as a Chiefs supporter here, I'm going to personally fly Sean Smith in for this game. Though, fine. Who do you have as the MVP for this game, and who do you have taking this game on Sunday?
I feel like I'm a really big Chiefs hater here. I'm still mad about it, but honestly, this Eagles team is really stacked. They found what they needed this season was a good run game, and they got the best running back in football in Saquon. The defense is looking great. They still have a good receiving core in Brown and Smith, but you don't really need them as much from time to time. They'll give you some good plays. So I think the Eagles win this one. It'll be close. I'm going to go Barkley as the MVP. I think he's going to have a huge game. I know the Chiefs defense is great, but I think Barkley has a lot to prove now. Kind of want to show against the Giants. Sorry, Mike. But I think Barkley is going to have a huge game, and I have him as the MVP.
What's your score prediction?
Score prediction, I'm going to go, I'll go 30-27. I think it'll be a little bit of a high-scoring one. I have a feeling it's going to be with these offenses. More like you're going to get a lot of rushing yards with the Eagles. You're going to get a couple of tush pushes here and there.
Of course.
Got you. Okay. See, now you can start this man with that song.
Listen, I have a take with a tush push. I don't hate it.
So, guys,
I just want to say I don't hate the tush push.
Ron Torbert, the referee for this game is Ron Torbert, who has not officiated a Chiefs game this year. However, he has been involved in a controversial call, surprise, in the past in a Kansas City playoff game. Fucking shocker, right?
Listen,
everybody has
Big Ron's gonna handle this. Big Ron to make sure 3P has to happen. Big Ron's gonna handle this. Before we let you go, though, Fonz, make sure shout out to shows. What do people have to look forward to?
Make it happen. Oh, Big Ron. Let's go, Ron and crew.
Yeah.
Bring.
I'm running around October jersey on Sunday. What are you talking about?
Oh, geez. I don't want this down. So you were can you repeat what you were saying? I'm sorry, I lost my train.
Before we let you go, let the folks know where they can find you at, what you got coming up. I know you got a lot of projects that you're into.
Yeah, so I have my Jersey channel, Fonz Talk Jersey. Got a bunch of Jersey stuff on there. I don't care about the games on that channel. We don't talk about the actual. We talk about the actual uniforms on the field. So we got a lot of good stuff going on over there on Instagram as well at Fonz Talk Jerseys. Got a TikTok and YouTube at Fonz Falco, my regular name. I'm going to be starting up a news project down the line, so it's going to be on my YouTube channel, so you want to stay tuned for that. So very simple stuff. It's my name. Just search for it, and you'll find it.
Definitely. Y'all make sure y'all check his page out. It's a lot of good content there. One of our day ones right here.
Appreciate the support, guys. You guys are doing some great stuff. Shout out to you guys, really.
Hey.
You guys are grinding. Love to see it.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it, Fonz. Have a good
Absolutely. See you guys.
brother.
Really quick in the chat, we had a couple score predictions here. We got Mike's prediction, Big Mike's prediction of Chiefs 35, Eagles 24. Gonna save Rogers' prediction. We're gonna bring him on in a second. But before I bring them on, got a couple brothers coming on. Herb and Raj. Now, the thing is, word on the street, one of the brothers is 6'5" and one's 5'5". Not sure which one is which. They'll verify that for us. And then also the word on the street is one of these two brothers is the arm wrestling champ of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, but I'm not sure which one. So let's figure out. Let's bring these brothers on. Get some questions answered.
All right, we got Herb. Where's Raj?
Yeah, where's Raj? I just seen him in the chat.
You hear us, Herb?
Can you hear us?
I don't know if he can hear us.
You guys mute on? Is he muted?
Yeah,
He's
see
got
if he
mute on.
can.
While we get that sorted out.
We'll pull him away here and we'll get it settled here in a second.
Well, you got the most important brother, so that's all.
Oh,
Ah.
there we go.
Okay, no,
There
we
we
got
go.
There we are.
He's back. Where's Raj? Where'd he go?
He just commented in the chat. That's so I thought he was
He's still out in the chat. He's like, I don't know how this whole thing
He's like,
works.
I'm typing. I'll be on in a second.
yeah. By the way, that's the best intro ever. I come on and they go, "Where's Raj?" Thanks, man. Feeling good tonight.
I wanted to give her his time to
We didn't
shine.
even
I
say
know
hello.
he gets a little selfish sometimes.
Is
Can
that
y'all hear
waiting
me?
for the Tua jersey? Is that why you were running late to put on a damn Tua
Can y'all-
jersey?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
Okay,
we
yeah,
got
I wanted to give Herb his time to shine. He gets a little jealous sometimes, so let him come out first, get a 15, 20 seconds into the gloat. So
Okay, so
I would
so
be
who's
upset if
6'5"
that wasn't true. I'm 6'5". I'm definitely 6'5". And he's 5'5".
yes, he is.
Okay, well, the internet was talking. We needed to confirm these facts.
Yes.
Okay, important question for you all. Where are you all watching the game at on Sunday?
I'll be at the house. Me, my wife, the kids, and then my father-in-law is going to come over here too. So we'll be at the house.
Chill vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Our parents are coming over here too, so and we've had other
Gotcha.
guests. Yeah.
this is an important question from the streets. Now, there's a lot of famous people from Kansas City. There's a lot of famous people from Philly. Somebody's got to go. Walt Disney's from Kansas City. Will Smith is from Philly. Whoever you eliminate, everything's gone. Their catalog and everything about them is gone from history. Who you kicking out?
But doesn't Disney have something to do with Star Wars now?
Yes.
I'm keeping
Yes,
Disney. I'm keeping Disney.
Yeah.
I'm keeping Disney.
Yeah. Bye, Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Sorry.
Will Smith can go. Him and Jada take the Jada wearing the castle at the Grammys. They can all go. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and then see, like, but if we get rid of Will Smith, we also get rid of the slap. So now Chris Rock will feel a little bit better about himself. So we've healed America.
Good point.
We've healed
Yeah.
America.
American heal. American can finally heal from.
America. Y'all literally sent him to Bel Air. I can't believe that.
Yeah, everybody
Yes.
grew up on Fresh Prince. So come on.
he seemed to enjoy himself
I'm not
there.
getting-
So
Yeah.
we're doing him a favor.
But you know, in an alternative universe, if Disney doesn't exist, me and John don't exist, so maybe the Cinco Squad podcast does not exist.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Are we
Maybe
back?
because we met.
We
Yes,
were-
we met at interns at Disney. So who knows?
What did y'all
Butterflies.
What did y'all do
For
at
the
Disney?
game.
What did y'all do
Huh?
at Disney? What did y'all do at Disney?
We had two different jobs. I was at the park. I was like operations and
Okay.
like vacation plan, a bunch of other shit at the park.
I worked that.
John, what about you?
I worked that.
Man, hey, don't let them fool you. They were just macking these Orlando hoes back in the day, man. Come on, they only went down there. for one reason. They were-
If anybody else had said it, I might believe it. But when you say it, and I know that you're the one rocking them all, I know.
I know.
Right, says Caribbean Jesus up here.
Yeah. Here's a real question for you guys, though. If we had gotten rid of Disney and you guys had never met, then that question never gets asked. So then, how do we get rid of Disney? So there's a question.
Good point.
Too much thinking for me. I'll see y'all later. John's brain's not working.
Jay, I have a quick question for you as a side note because it came up in the last topic. So the odds are plus 750 for Travis to propose to Taylor. Should that be a bet we should be locking in this week?
Man.
Oh Lord!
Come on, bro. You're still on this right now. Last time you made me lose money on it. I went with that instead of going with a quarterback to throw a touchdown, and I lost. So I'm not listening to your damn advice anymore, bro. I'm going with my gut this year.
Okay, Herb.
Yes.
This year, who do you think is going to be the unsung hero of this Super Bowl game?
Dallas Goedert.
Ooh,
Raj, what about you?
I feel like, well, I didn't know if you need analysis or that was a short answer. Just,
either one.
I think everybody's going to focus on everybody else. I feel like the passing game is going to come around a little bit. And, he's a good name for Philly, but maybe not a name that you immediately mentioned, but I think he'll get some burn in this game.
Now that was, in all honesty, that was going to be my pick too once the question was asked, because I was thinking about the big time names at first, but those are the obvious picks. I feel like Dallas Goedert and Jalen Hurts have made a really, really good connection as long as they've been teammates. So I think Hurts is always going to be there, always looking for Goddard. He's going to have a big game too. I'm not going to pick him as my MVP, but I do think he'll be the unsung hero.
Right. Basically, what you said is you're listening to your big brother. Gotcha. Appreciate that, Raj. Thank you.
Unfortunately.
Now, how far apart are y'all? Like y'all years? How?
3.5.
About 3 years.
3. Okay.
Oh, 3.5. We don't know.
Oh, 3.5.
No, because it is 3.5. Because your birthday is first, and then the gap is 3, and then when my birthday comes back, the gap is 4. So 3.5. It's called math. You should look into it.
The greatest debate of Super Bowl week. Exactly.
Trust me, bro. I got to do the same thing with John. When he starts whipping his fingers out, I'm like, shut up, bro. I'm trying to figure it out.
Why is there pie in here? What's going on?
See, it works for me. I'm younger than everybody.
Let me ask you guys: are you guys biased to Jalen a little bit? Because
Oh yeah,
of
course, yeah.
That's your boy
absolutely. Him.
Philly has Jalen and Devontae Smith.
Yep. They got Devontae too.
So
Landon Dixon. Although it does help, we have all those Georgia guys on defense. But as far as being biased, we're riding with Jalen, of course.
Yeah.
What a perfect segue, because there is a prop out there for plus 1,400. Will Hurts convert the first down of the game?
The first?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't.
The first down of the game.
I feel like Saquon is if you're a Philly guy, it just feels like it's got, I know that's the obvious pick, but those are some great odds to take a chance.
Yeah,
on.
I don't know. No, I'm going to say no. And plus,
I say yes is because they could run like a fake, because Saquon's got the ball the first time in the last five games.
Yeah.
And the last 2 times, I think against the Rams, he went for like 25, and the Commanders, we all saw that.
So everybody's gonna have their eyes on Saquon, and Jalen can pull it.
I could definitely see it. Yeah, I could see the path to it and watch it happen, and I'm just going,
oh man,
I could see it.
Now let me ask you guys: do you guys buy into this whole reffing bullshit that keeps going around? Or
what
you give some respect
part of it?
Chiefs.
I respect the Chiefs. As far as their organization and how they played this year, I do think there have been some questionable calls, not just in the regular season, but in the playoffs, especially in the Houston game. But I don't think like the games are rigged or anything like that. I've never bought into any of that. The Chiefs, a couple of calls do go the Chiefs' way, so be it. But they've won their games, fair and square.
Yeah.
If anything,
whenever Alabama was playing well and dominant, whatever. That was the narrative. Oh, we got all the calls. And then as soon as we started leaving, everybody just forgot the whole thing. And I think the last year we were in the championship game, we were in the bottom, whatever metric they use, like bottom 10. But nobody looks at the game as a total, the whole thing. And I think Nick Wright recently on his show, he's like, so let's get this straight. There's 32 owners in the league. You think all of them
Yeah,
got
yeah.
together and said, we're going to let the game be rigged for the Chiefs? And just like, can you imagine Jerry Jones being in that meeting going, yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Chiefs can win.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
Jerry
if the
Jones,
Chiefs,
Robert Kraft.
yep.
Right.
Now, if the Chiefs
You
happen
know?
to win, if the Chiefs happen to win on Sunday, then you're gonna see it all over social media. You're gonna find people nitpicking at every little call that
Definitely.
was made that went the Chiefs' way.
I just think it's a little
But that's what
ridiculous
makes it hard
how-
now.
I just think it's a little ridiculous how, yeah, I mean, we do see some questionable calls against the Bills, right? Like the first down was obviously with Dalton Kincaid, and then you know a few of the questionable spots. But you know, to take away greatness and like how they're playing the game, it's just it's like what Travis said. It's disrespectful, and it's disrespectful to you know to fans around the world. And you sit this and have these theories and everything like that. So that's why I asked that question, because I know you guys are big football guys, like really dedicated.
Yeah, I think it'd be
that's
too
what makes it
hard to
hard
rig a game
now.
like that and keep it secret. The way they say if 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Like, I just don't get how people think, okay, this whole thing is rigged. No one's ever found out about it. Like, most of the time when you see this stuff, it's like rigging for a particular player or like a total or whatever, but not like, hey, we're carrying the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. That's an unprecedented level of rigging that would have to go on for that. And if you're really going to rig, you would want the Dallas Cowboys in there because they have one of the biggest fan bases. Like,
Exactly. It's
that's
a
what
big
you're
market
bringing.
team.
That's
there.
gonna take a lot of rigging.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm rigging the game, I'm throwing out Saquon and Jalen in the first quarter. Sorry.
Quick question, because we're talking about
the wrong way. Gone. I didn't even start on the field. What the fuck? Defense got ball first. What?
Yeah, but you gave a look, so you know.
Yes, the look is key.
Quick question, because everybody's talking about rigging, and this is a side note outside of football. Some people say the NBA is rigged. Where were you all when our Lord and Savior Luka Doncic was traded to Los Angeles Lakers?
Our Lord.
All right, so
oh my God.
So this is what happened. I was already asleep when the trade happened. So I woke up Sunday morning and I had 11 missed text messages between Big Mike and Herb. And when I first see that many missed text messages, I'm automatically thinking Alabama football. I'm like, what, did DeBoer, is he leaving now? Like, what the heck, what's going on?
It would have been more than 11. You're getting
so I
phone
go
calls.
through the text messages and I see all this stuff about Luke, and I'm like, oh, this can't be real. So then I turn on the TV, look on social media. I'm like, even when I see it on social media, I'm still thinking it's not real. Like, why would they even do that? This makes no sense in it. And the timing of the trade, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe it. Of course, me being a LeBron fan, I just hope that Luka stays healthy, and for them to say like he was just out of shape. Was he really that out of shape that you wanted to trade him? Like, come on, it wasn't that bad. Y'all just went to the finals a couple months ago, so
ago.
Yeah,
Get 30 points a game in the.
if he's that big, averaging 30 a game, then let him cook. Literally, let him cook.
I'll tell you what, right? I'm in the kitchen talking to Mike, and Mike is facing the TV, and all he goes, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "Who fucking died, bro? Like, this happened. Please tell me it's not somebody that should like. Please don't say." And he's like, "I can't believe. No, that can't be right." And he's reading. He goes, "Like, nah, that's not real." He's like freaking out. He's like, "I just fucking saw Luka got traded on the bottom." He's like, "I didn't really see that." And he runs to his room. He's like, "It's real." It's like,
he's 25 years old, 5-time like All NBA. Just took your team to the finals. He's young. If he's a little overweight, whatever, just get him some conditioner or whatever the case may be. But he's not. And then when he got traded, all these reports were like, "Oh, we're hearing that Luka's 270 pounds," but y'all weren't saying that before he got traded. So all of a sudden, he just got huge overnight.
Yeah.
But he's 6'7". That's normal weight.
Yeah, he's
for
bigger
a
than
guy.
He's just a big guy. Yeah.
Well, and he knows how to move with it, though. Yeah, I was still awake when all this happened, so I'm on there. People are like, "What do you guys think?" And I'm sitting here posting like, "This is obviously it's a scam. This is fake." When you tweet out news and you have to come back and tweet, "Hey guys, this is actually real," like that tells you how crazy the tweet was.
Yeah.
But the thing that shocked me the most, not even just trading for Anthony Davis, is like they didn't shop him at all. They just said, "We want Anthony Davis for Luka, and we'll make this happen." And I'm like, you've got, what do you say, generational talent, 25 years old, just went to the finals, and 2 Western Conference finals. You could have had it. Like, look at the other returns in the NBA. Like, look at what Kevin Durant got. He got traded. Like, look at what Rudy Gobert got when he got traded. And you took Max Christie, Anthony Davis, and the first. And you even sent back a second. I don't even know what that was. They were just like slapping you in the face and saying, "Hey, we just want something."
The next big trade. The next big trade was De'Aaron Fox, and at minimum, the Kings got Zach LaVine and 3 firsts.
Yes.
Yes.
So that
Along
does,
with
that
a
makes
bunch
no
of other
sense.
A day later.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Dallas Mavs win a championship on one knee because Dirk Nowitzki couldn't even jog down the floor?
Yes.
I mean, they say that your superstar who already was out of shape won the championship. So there's something going on. We said from the beginning internally that they'll never admit. I think
Now,
well, they've
now
said
that
it. I mean, they're
series-
tired of his antics, and but I get all that. That's fine. Let's say he went into the office and cussed you out and said, "I hate it here," which he didn't, by the way. You didn't even talk to him. But let's say that's what happened. You could still get more for him. Your job is to do the best for your franchise. And
Do you think if you announce that Luka Doncic is available, that there isn't going to be your phone's not going to be ringing off the hook?
I mean, the first couple, like, are you being serious? Like, what are you being serious? So,
Nah.
Well, they said LeBron said
Yeah.
that
You
too.
talk about Luka? Like, do you have
Yeah.
another?
Now, speaking of the 2011 NBA Finals,
5'11",
that was rigged.
yeah, for Miami, and you guys still dropped the ball though.
Anyway, Herb. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Real quick, fellas, back to Super Bowl before we let y'all go.
Okay. Firing us
Score
already.
predictions and MVP for this Super Bowl. Who y'all got?
Ladies first.
So go ahead. I told them I was just gonna pick the opposite of whatever you pick, just to make it interesting.
Okay.
So you got to go first.
MVP. I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith MVP. AJ. It seems like sometimes Devontae and AJ will trade big games. Last big game with the Commanders, AJ Brown was the leading receiver. I think he had 4 receptions, 96 yards, maybe a touchdown or something. So I think Devontae Smith is gonna carry the load this game. Score. I'm gonna go with Philly 30. The over/under is 48, I think. 48.5. I'm going to go over with Philly 30, Kansas City 24. Yeah.
So I'm definitely going for Philly, and I'm even considering, am I going to order some Philly gear just before the game to watch it? But with the no brotherly love here, I would pick Kansas City. I'll pick Kansas City to keep it interesting. What did you just say your score was? 30-27?
30-24.
30-24. Well, then I'm picking Kansas City 31-28. Xavier Worthy is my MVP. He scores a rushing and receiving touchdown. Who knows? He might even throw one, but we'll go with the rushing and receiving. And Xavier Worthy is my surprise MVP.
Which jersey you want?
Okay.
I'll take the black one. Was that Dawkins?
You know what? Eagles jersey. I would get the throwback Randall Cunningham jersey, that Kelly Green one he used to wear. That would be nice.
Yeah, great. They've got Cunningham on the back, 100.
Oh yeah. The Mitchell Ness one. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to make
that classy joint.
Mm-hmm.
But fellas, before y'all go, definitely appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all socials, let everybody know where they can find y'all and what y'all got coming up.
Ladies first? No? Okay. Every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central, you can catch our live show. We're still waiting for one member of the Cinco Squad to get into the group chat and return our text messages so we can get that person on. Not going to call out anybody's names, but there's only one that we're still waiting on.
Everybody else
and we're actually going to also do our own little Super Bowl special coming up on Friday night as well. Big Mike will be joining us there. So nothing like the Cinco Squad one. Like, y'all are up here. We're trying to be right about here. You know what I mean? But still have a little fun. And and then just check out the Herb and Raj podcast on YouTube for all the rest of our videos.
Yeah, and one last thing that Herb didn't mention, and I can't believe he didn't do this. We just wanted to give a big kudos to you guys and the Cinco Squad. What you guys doing is awesome. It's dope. You guys look like it's just laid back, having fun, spitting sports knowledge. I love watching the content. It's awesome. Kudos to you guys. Just want to give y'all your flowers while you're here. So awesome work. We love it.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. On the back of that, I want to give Raj his kudos because doing a show with your brother has always been fun. And he's one of the best, man. It's always entertaining every week, man. So, Raj, I love you, bro. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, cool.
How can you pick against the Eagles? So much brotherly love.
Hey, Joey! Joey in the chat. My cousin.
Definitely shout out to cousin Joey. Definitely shout out to Joey. We appreciate that. But definitely make sure y'all follow Herb and Raj. Make sure y'all lock in with them. Great content. Y'all see us pop on there. Big Mike's been in the chat. Y'all see him pop on there. So definitely make sure
Shout out
that
to
y'all
Big Mike too.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot more collaboration work coming up with them fellas. So definitely appreciate y'all fellas coming through as usual.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, yeah, y'all have a good night, man.
Roll Tide.
Catching up in the chat really quick. Definitely want to shout out Cousin Joey. I don't know why Jamie keeps getting kicked out. Grandpa Jay keeps getting booted here. But definitely want to shout out Cousin Joey. We definitely appreciate you hopping in.
Yes.
Definitely want to shout out Conrad. We talk on Twitter all the time. That's our guy, Dad Rad. We're always chopping up on Twitter. That's one of my favorite Twitter followers. So definitely appreciate you coming through. Like I said, shout out Big Mike. A couple of other people in the chat are going to actually be popping on, as you'll see in here. We got coming up next our guy Shane. Shane's been one of our day ones. I mean, like maybe not even day one, maybe day zero. Like Shane's been around.
Yes,
Shane, he's Mr. 007. He's silky smooth when you talk about Shane. Some people got Daniel Craig. Some people got Pierce Brosnan. Who needs that? We got Shane. Let's bring our guy Shane on next.
Big up, Conrad.
What's going on, Shane?
Yeah.
Boys, what up?
Kind of how he greeted us in Miami when we were going for the What's going on, man?
Chilling. Just got done working out.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
Always time for a workout, man. I like it. People make excuses up after 9 p.m. Fuck that, right?
Health is wealth, baby.
Oh, let me ask you right away, man. That looks like that custom gaming chair. Is that what we're sitting in right there?
Yeah, actually, my girlfriend's, I guess, future sister-in-law gave it to me because she moved back up to New York. So she couldn't take it with her, so she gave it to me. And I got the thing that I'm sitting at the table. It's a stand-up. It's one of those stand-up desks. And she gave
Nice.
that to me.
Oh, you got the works, man. You got the works.
Yo, so Shane, I know we just talked about working out, so it's going to be a bad question to ask. Where are you watching the game, and what are you eating for the game? Are we going to keep it healthy, or are we going to have a little cheat day on Sunday?
Cheat day for sure, Trey. I don't really have plans yet. I got a group of people. I'll probably go watch the game at their apartment. But yeah, man, I'm probably gonna have some nachos, some pizza. Chicken wings sound pretty good. Yeah, those three foods sound good to me for Sunday.
Nothing wrong with a little cheat day. That's the truth, but everybody cheats a little bit on that day. Important thing, though, and the streets want to know this answer. Okay, we talking about famous people from Philly, talking about famous people from Kansas City. Somebody's got to go. That means we're removing their entire catalog. This person doesn't exist in the history of the world at this point. We have Paul Rudd from Kansas City, and we have Bradley Cooper from Philly. Who are we kicking out here?
Cooper.
Oh, you hurt John's feelings. I mean, no silver lining.
Hangover.
All right, Shane, it was great having you on, bro. Like, have a good night.
Hangover's gone. We do get to keep Ant-Man, though.
Why Rudd?
Oh, man, I'm going with Kansas City this year. Philly fans, I like you guys a lot for your passion, but I like the Kansas City fans a little bit more.
That's unfortunate.
Who do you have as the who would you say is the unexpected hero? Like the guy off the board nobody sees coming that's going to ball out in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go with Chris Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to – I mean, he's really good, obviously, but I think he's going to have a really good game again.
Okay, so keep it
we have comment here in the chat saying, come on, man, you can't kill Ant-Man. So that's some Ant-Man fans.
No, that's why I said, I was like, I don't know. I like Ant-Man, so I think I would have to let Ant-Man live. That's a really fun series. That's one of those series with Marvel where I didn't expect to like it. So once I actually started watching, I was like, this actually is pretty good. I was like, Ant superhero? Who cares about this? But no, Bradley Cooper.
He was good in the Avengers, too. He played a pretty good role.
Come on now.
Silver play line, yeah. The only thing that makes it hard because I like the Hangover. If we get rid of Cooper, we get rid of the Hangover, and that's my hard part.
The movie with Lady Gaga.
Get rid of Bradley for other stuff.
Or is he drunk?
You said what? Crazy what?
The movie with Lady Gaga where he's a drunk.
Oh, A Star Is Born.
Oh, Star Is Born. Didn't watch it.
We can.
I cried so much at that movie.
Okay. Well, look at that. We're saving you from crying. We're getting rid of Bradley Cooper.
Great movie. Yes, I am a softie. Like a nice.
Okay, so this year, Jamie didn't want to take the lock of the year. In the main lock of the years, will Travis Kelce is plus 750. Will he be proposing to Taylor Swift? Shane, plus 750. How are we liking those odds on a proposal since you're going with Kansas City?
Is this after the game?
This assuming after the game. That's what the odds are in Vegas. Plus 750 he proposes. We got to assume Kansas City wins for him to do that.
I'm going to say it doesn't happen. I'm going to say he doesn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to say he doesn't.
Hold out. Damn, I don't know if the Swifties are going to hang on too long. They may start booing at the championship parade if he doesn't. Really soon.
Yeah.
I think
Shane, since you were down in my, what are you saying?
To date a little bit longer, I think, to see if it's real.
What's that?
Travis Kelce.
How much longer she got to wait?
Date her a little bit longer so he knows it's real.
All right, so it's never too early for Super Bowl predictions. Before we go back to this Super Bowl, next year's Super Bowl. Shane, who are you a fan of again?
I like the Buccaneers.
You're a Buccaneers fan. So you and Jay. You and the Baker man. Will the Baker man somehow figure out a way to get your Buccaneers to a Super Bowl next year?
I mean, we got a good chance, I think. I think our GM has done a really good job lately with all like 20 with the draft pick. So I mean, we got another loaded offense coming back. I think we just maybe need to get some people on the defensive line, another linebacker, and I think we're going to be a solid team and be tough to beat because our conference is good, so we should be able to compete or win the conference and then take momentum into the playoffs. But there's so many quarterbacks nowadays that beating these guys in the playoffs is so hard. Like you saw Mark Jackson in the NFL, but look at him, he's already out. So it goes to show you it's tough to get to that last game.
No, it definitely is.
Shane, being down in Miami and working for the Hurricanes, what do you think about Cam Ward? Do you think he's got it or not?
Yeah, no, I think Cam definitely has it. I like his mentality. You really don't see like a big ego on him. That's the thing I like about Cam a lot. I mean, he put up big numbers throughout the whole year, and if people really watched our team this year and watched the Virginia Tech game versus the dude just balled out, put the team on his back in both those games, and honestly, there's multiple other games where he balled out and put the team on his back. Like we had against Wake Forest the second half when we started, blowing them out. But I mean, he got our offense going and he won his football games pretty much. I'm not saying by himself because you know how people play football, but the dude literally put on his back in multiple. I think he's the real deal. I really do because he's, like I said, I think he's got a really good mentality. He doesn't full of himself. It seems like he's a competitor. These guys wants to be, making a lot of money to go to sports cards. I think he wants to make a lot of money. Like, not make a lot of money, obviously, but he wants to prove himself to people that I want to be a good quarterback in the NFL at the end of the day and go win a championship. I didn't get to do that in college. So I think he's the real deal.
Where would you want him to go as far as pro? What team?
I mean, I think New York would be an interesting market for him just because it's big. But, I mean, if I was him, I would try to go with a team that's maybe in the South. I'm not really sure. Like, Atlanta Falcons with Penix is still up for grabs, I think. But I think he's going to be a quarterback at the end of the day. But somewhere down south, I think he needs to look at whether it be West Coast or East Coast. So that's what I would do. I want to not play. I'd either want to play in a dome or not in cold weather. So one of those two.
Gotcha. Shane, there's a question for you, actually, Shane, in the chat. Conrad asks, would you keep Godwin or would you grab another receiver to pair with Evans?
Gosh, I mean, Godwin, he's probably my all-time favorite Buccaneer player with you guys. Really good community guy, does a lot for the community in Tampa. And, man, he's had a great career, too. I mean, I used to watch him at Penn State and watch him return kick returns. I'm like, damn, this guy's going to be athletic and really good in the NFL. I think we should stick with Godwin just because, he's consistent. He's had, really good years throughout his whole career in the NFL, so I just got to stick with my guy.
Quick side note.
He's the most automatic Edelman on third down, man. Nobody more automatic than him since Edelman on third down. It's just, it's coming and nobody can stop it. The guy is unbelievable.
Yeah, he is.
Quick shout out in the chat, Lady Alpha. says she has to go 4:30 a.m. Thank you for even staying up with us. I mean, I would have been in bed if I had to get up 4:30 in the morning. So thank you for stopping through.
Big up.
Definitely appreciate that for sure. Shane, though, before we let you go, your prediction, who you got for MVP for the Super Bowl, and what is your final score prediction for this game on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going to go 30-24. I think the MVP is probably going to be obviously Mahomes. Go with Mahomes. But I think it'll be a tough game, just like last time we played. But I think at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the difference maker. I have a friend that kept betting against him all year long. I'm just like, dude, don't do this. It's not right. I mean, it's not a dumb bet to be making against Pat Mahomes. So you can't be betting against him. So at the end of the day, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. He might be the best player of all time. Said and done.
If he wins, does he
Yep.
pass Brady if he wins this?
No, not yet. He's got to win.
Not
I think.
yet. Okay.
If he wins this one and another one, then he's the best of all time.
Got you.
5.
Before we let you go, Shane, definitely give a shout out for your socials. Give a shout out for whatever you got coming up, just so the folks know to lock in with you and see what's going on. What you got? A lot of good things going on.
My Instagram handle is ShaneMo25. Been selling some season tickets lately, or getting tickets renewed for the Miami Hurricanes football game. So I've been really busy with that, but really excited about next year with them. Obviously, y'all are more than welcome to come for any game you want to. Except Notre Dame, my friend.
Yes.
What, you can't give me a suite for Notre Dame in Syracuse?
Our phone lines have been blowing up for that game and the University of Florida game. So any games besides those two, I got you guys.
Yeah, if anyone's listening and going to go to Miami game, Shane's the guy. Hit us up. We'll send him your information. He'll get you tickets. He's a great liaison of the game and in the Hard Rock Stadium. So make sure you guys tune in to Shane if you guys are ever going to Miami for any tickets or anything. So we got you, Shane.
And Trey, congrats, man. Ohio State Buckeyes, they had a good team this year.
Appreciate that, of course. Definitely, big shout out. We appreciate that. But thanks again, as usual. Like I said, this is not day one of our day zero homies. He's been with us from before we really got going. So definitely appreciate you stopping through, Shane.
James, Mike,
Big up, Shane.
See you guys.
Pleasure.
See you, Shane.
Hey, Shane, see you.
Hey, Mikey, enjoy your same. A lot of love for the over right now. Everybody's taking the over. Everybody's taking the over.
I don't know why.
What happened to Spags being the great?
I've actually
altered
my score since we sat here.
The last 4 Super Bowls have been in the 50s total over.
Yeah, but we debated on Spags being the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. If you're going to show up and do it right now, is the time to prove it.
Yeah, but I mean, the last 3 against the Eagles the last time, 38-35.
It didn't look like that last year. That game looked like it was screaming under last year with Niners and Chiefs. I mean, that game got going real late.
I mean, yeah, you can have the best, but, when you're limited on the defensive side of the ball, when they limit you so damn much, it's very difficult. And then ultimately, when they put these goddamn new turfs in, it's very difficult to kind of get some gripping, especially a lot of these defensive ends. I mean, you saw I don't care what anyone says, 2022, those guys were falling all over the place. So I don't see how anybody can get any grip or get to the quarterback or get a sack or anything. So I'm not.
There are a lot of weapons on both sides of the ball too.
The
so
NFL wants these high-scoring games, so getting it over is really easy, in my opinion.
John, before we go to the next guest, I have a question for you. Have the neighbors been warned about Sunday and the stampede that will be going on over their head? Has there been a warning?
They're probably already knowing. They're probably leaving. I mean, they put a word out throughout the apartment complex, like, get the fuck out. I mean, it's more or less you guys. You guys got to deal with me. So y'all never dealt with me in the Super Bowl. I was actually just watching.
I thought you were watching in the truck.
Yeah, we're ready.
At one point or another.
To look for a new.
I know one person on this panel is gonna piss me off, and I know I'm gonna be like, all right, see you guys. Be in my truck on my laptop. Just
it's gonna be me. I already tell you that. It's gonna be. I got some.
There's gonna be an awkward moment. I've already warned everyone that's coming over. I said, look, Trey and I are gonna duke it out, and I need you all to just be like, continue to eat your chips and chicken wings, pizza.
I heard
at some point, John is going to throw a chicken wing at my head on Sunday during the game. This is already fully
at the end, we'll hug.
And when he throws that chicken wing, I will catch it and eat the chicken wing. That is already.
Is it true? I heard a custom Chiefs Jordan jersey is on the way. Is that rumors or is that for real?
Shit,
No. It's actually there's another surprise. Actually, it'll be here tomorrow. I didn't make it here in time for this show, but I do have a surprise for Sunday's game.
You
I
better
didn't make it for the show.
anything
Oh yeah, wait till y'all see this one.
Oh God.
You asked
Oh,
better
just wait.
not fucking bring anything Chiefs into this house.
But speaking of t-shirts, Mikey, is your t-shirt ready to go, Mikey?
It is on the way.
Oh yeah, boy.
It will be here in time for at least right now. It's on track to be here on time for Super Bowl Sunday.
Let's go.
Good. We have a lot of. By the way, folks, we will definitely be having. The squad never gets together all at the same time. This weekend will be together all at the same time, so there will definitely be a lot of live, random a lot of random stuff.
Yeah,
that's
Record
definitely
will
gonna
be
happen.
a lot during that time. I will tell you though. I mean, I did watch the 2017. My reaction of when we beat the Patriots, and it's so funny watching me chug a champagne bottle by myself. And then I'm sitting there screaming and singing the fight song. And I remember I FaceTimed you. You were Dre.
I was a Dre. Yeah, we were watching in my house. Yeah, I remember. And I was like, man, dude, look. And Dre's like, did he just play D-line in this game or what?
Bro, I was exhausted. I was exhausted.
Like exhausted.
My body hurt. I felt like I got hit by a truck. I didn't even move. No one was in my apartment. So yeah, so that shit was that was funny rewatching that.
I was still an acquaintance then, so I didn't get the invite.
No, you did get the invite. I was at your house the day before. I was at your house.
I know. I'm joking. You
remember? Yeah, you're like, I told you. I'm like, I'm not watching this with anyone. You're like, I'm like, all right, I'll see you after the game. You're like, good luck, bro.
Yep. The game.
You invited me over someone's house. I was like, nope, I'm good. I'll see you after. It's 2:00. Make my Philly cheesesteak.
All right, so we got another special guest. This guy we've been trying to get on forever. We just our schedules haven't lined up, but we're constantly in communication with the guy. Great guy. Now, some people call James Brown the hardest working man in entertainment. What I hear is this guy is actually the hardest working man in entertainment. He has like 4 or 5 podcasts, I believe 4. So we're gonna bring on our guy, Mr. U, aka Yusuf, coming through next.
Yusuf.
Thank you. Someone gives me some giant support on this show.
I finally have a second Giants person on
Mr. U. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Okay. You guys hear me? We good?
Yep.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. Okay, first important question for you. Who do you want in the draft for you and Mike's Giants? So Mr. U, who do you want in the draft for you and Mike's Giants this year?
All right, you talking about first round or second round?
First round.
Ready.
Third pick.
Oh, he's already got the whole
right.
Oh yeah, no, we got plans.
Well, yeah, okay. Now I've been saying this routinely. I know there's probably not going to go like that. All this mock drafts that I'm gonna be doing for the next 2 months or so don't mean nothing. All speculation. But I think we should go ahead and get a quarterback. I'm gonna say that because I checked out all the losses that we had last season. I think it was about 9 or 10 games. We probably have a 9 or 10 win season if we have a marginally decent quarterback, somebody who can hit open guys. We don't have to be elite. You don't have to be TB12. It's not necessary. Somebody just a competent quarterback. That's all we needed, and we'd be at least at 10 wins at least with the schedule we had last year and the games that we lost. So if a quarterback is sitting there, unless somebody's giving us a big haul to drop down, go ahead and take him. But what I've been saying is, let's go ahead and get somebody like an Abdul Carter, or if Travis falls that way, get him, and we'll take Dart in the second round. That's what I've been saying on the show off and on for a minute now. I like McCord, but I'm not sure I like him enough. I haven't seen enough tape on him, but I like Dart enough. I'll take him in the second round and feel good about it. So that's been my personal opinion. What's going to happen in the draft? Probably end up giving either one of the quarterbacks, probably going to be Shedeur. I don't think Cam Ward's going to drop that far. Either Shedeur or Travis Hunter if he falls that far. Mike, you're making faces. What did I say wrong? No.
So we are of the same mind. Please, Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter in the first round, and take a guy like Jackson Dart in the second round. I don't think that Shedeur or Cam are top 5 talent quarterbacks. So
I agree.
I would rather use that third pick on someone I actually think skill wise should be there, which is like Carter.
But we have a quarterback in this draft though. We
But here's
got
the real
we
thing,
can't
right?
We have to. Yes, I agree. But
wait for Archer might not even be ready next year. We can't afford to make that kind of gamble.
I want the
We
nephew
need to take a
though.
quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
But if you do get Travis, obviously you need more help on the other side of the ball. But the guy's a phenomenal talent to have a number 2, even if is he the number 2 to neighbors who knows. You guys have to go ahead and say you're playing on the other side of the ball, right?
You're assuming you're playing wide receiver, right?
No, I don't know. So I'm asking. I mean, you're pretty desperate on the other side of the ball. You got your number 1 right now.
He can do both.
The situation is critical. Besides, I don't like what's going on, and I think Pinnock is not coming back. I mean, he played out of his mind last year, so more than likely he will hit that street, smell like green. We'll never see him again.
Yeah, exactly. What usually happens.
Because of the way the money works in the NFL, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to want his agent is going to want him to play wide receiver because he probably imagines that's where the money is. I think he'd be a top cornerback for us, and it'll work. I don't think he's doing both, despite some people's opinions. He ain't doing that two-way stuff in the NFL. I don't think it's a good idea. So yeah, him opposite neighbors, that'd be fantastic. Wan'Dale should be the wide receiver 3, not where he is right now. He should be the wide receiver 3. If he is, it's much more dangerous. I think Hyatt's on his way out, unless he's on practice squad. There's no room for him under that scenario. But yeah, coming in as a wide receiver, I think Hunter would be fantastic. They're electric.
See, I kind of want him to play corner. I just feel like it's hard to get that lockdown corner, and that's why I've let him play corner. I'm too scared if he goes both ways that he starts to get hurt. I mean, he was starting to kind of fall apart at times in college, and now he's going pro. Let that man go be a lockdown corner.
But he brought up a good point. Mr. You brought up a good point. Is like that's where the money is. These receivers now are making $30, $40 million. Corners aren't. So if he's going to go play wide receiver, I mean, he could be a top 5 receiver. I mean, in the league at some point in his career, and that's $40 million right there in his pocket. Where I don't know what the highest corner is going to be paid, but I hear what you're saying, Trey. Logistically, in length of career, it makes more sense for corner.
Well, if you become the top corner, though, you can call your shot in a different way if you negotiate this right. Now, of course, there are way more receivers making more money than corners. But I look at like a Revis where he was like, all right, I'll just play for you. Give me $20 million. All right, let me go to the next team. Give me another $20 million. He was just calling his shot because any team was willing to pay that dude 20. Whereas you got a guy like T. Higgins where it's like, we kind of want to pay you, but we got Jamar Chase. If you're like that corner, you can call, like Jalen Ramsey got to call his shot for a while. There's always one guy, and if he can become that guy, then you get to call your shot. But I get your point. The 10th best receiver is probably making more than the best corner right now. So you're probably right on.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, good problem.
It's a good problem to have.
For this game this week, Mr. U, where are you watching the game at, and what you got on the menu?
Well, normally I hit the wing spots, but I'm kind of over it because I got rid of all my friends, so I'm going so. So I'll be here. I'll be here in the man cave / office with the 70-inch rocking and rolling on volume 45. I'll just be sitting here watching the entire draft from Thursday to Saturday. So I'll be sitting here with some tortillas and ground beef and rotel and salsa and guac, cheese pot on there.
Shit, we going to Mr. U's house.
Sorry,
yeah, right. All right, so
you said you got rid of your friends. We got plenty of us.
I got enough for y'all. There ain't no thing.
We all getting together for the first time in a long time, though. This weekend, Mr. U.
Wow.
So Trey's flying in on Friday. We're gonna have a weekend, so it's gonna be a cool ass weekend.
Yeah,
take a lot of pictures, man.
Definitely different pay.
For sure.
For the game this week, for the game on Sunday, Mr. U, who do you think is gonna be like an unsung hero who is gonna come out the blue and say, "Damn, we didn't see that one coming"?
They ain't see it coming. They should see it coming. I'm going with Devontae Smith on this one. And the reason why I think that this is under the proviso that Jalen Watson is guarding him. I think he had about 32 tackles all year long. So, and also I believe that Jalen Hurts is going to have to throw the ball more than normal. They're going to force him to do it because they know it's almost the Bill Belichick style of coaching. They're going to make him do the thing that he doesn't like to do the most. And if you watch all the Eagles games, you see getting to Saquon was so much easier. He had 147 in their last game. He had 147 against the Bills, I think it was. I think he had 150 against the Texans had 147 against the Chiefs, and the Bills had 149 against the Chiefs. So you know there's going to be some run game going on, and I'll probably say that Devontae Smith is going to be the guy that's going to be because McDuffie's going to be on AJ, so that's going to be probably a tight situation. So I'm going to say the guy that's probably going to be ignored a little bit. That's going to be Devontae Smith. He probably end up giving you 2 scores and maybe even a 100-yard game in this one because Jalen Watson can't mess with this guy, man. he just don't have it. I think that if Hurts is smart, he's going to expose that.
Actually, Lynn, I think Devontae's gonna have a better game than AJ too. I know everybody has been like, "Oh, AJ." I think Devontae's gonna have a better game than AJ because of what you said. I think all the eyes are gonna be on AJ, so I think Devontae is gonna be the one where it's like, okay, all eyes on him, all eyes on Saquon. I mean, we've heard a few already say Goddard, so I think Devontae's gonna be, if anybody, the sneaky one. I mean, you go back when Devontae was in the national championship game and he just went off. He shows up big when the game is big, so I wouldn't be shocked if he shows out. By the way, Big Mike in the chat, you guys need to set up a camera, and he's talking about John, while we can watch reactions of John on Sunday. I want to do that, but the thing is, I'm barefoot. If you put that camera there, John may break that camera. The camera might get broken. John may break it. I'm scared to do that.
Oh, no.
We're gonna need like probably 2 or 3 cameras then.
Yeah, I can just see the first time a controversial pass interference goes and John's out and chuck the camera.
Cameras in the parking lot.
Yeah, now the cameras in the parking lot.
It'd be good for your mental health to watch this game, John.
You know how I felt watching that national championship game last year.
I know, and this could potentially be worse than that.
The last time I watched it by myself, when they won the Super Bowl, I watched it by myself. We were just saying, I was with Jamie in the afternoon. He was like, "Do you want to go to a friend's house with me?" And I was like, "No, bro. I'm going to my apartment. I'm watching myself." And I literally have a video of me. I'll send it to you. Of me drinking a champagne bottle by myself in my living room, singing the Eagles fight song when we won in 2017. It was the best lonesome time I've ever had.
Oh man, Mike can probably tell you, man. When we had our Super Bowl, it's been a little while now, but I didn't do any of that stuff. I was just screaming, up and down, terrorizing the neighborhood, opening all the windows. Big blue, big blues. I was like the Hulk, but blue. I was madman. So
I was so stressed out, I just collapsed.
Wow.
I just dropped. I'm like, we won.
Wow, that's stressful.
And then
in response to that,
he said, "That's stressful. I'll never watch it again with them."
I don't know CPR, so you in trouble, dude.
Listen, you're gonna have to be like, "You good? Like, you need CPR? I don't know CPR. Fuck, am I doing it right?"
In response to our unsung heroes in the chat, we got Mike saying he thinks Xavier Worthy's going to be the unsung hero from the Chiefs, and we got Conrad saying that Goddard and the Eagles O-line ain't getting enough love. Or is he reaching?
No.
Is he reaching?
Nah, he ain't reaching.
I'll let John take that one. John.
No, because the Eagles O-line is the best O-line in football, and they got Stoutland University to thank for that. So, Coach Stout, that's the reason why. I mean, our guard, our offensive guard, to Cam's right is 6'7", 375 pounds. There's not a guard in the NFL that's that big. So imagine that guy. And then we have Jordan Mailata, who's 6'8", rolling around the backside, leading up this the hole for Saquon. So there's not a lot of guys that are that big in the NFL that are terrorizing defenses. So I mean, Chris Jones, all due respect. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer first ballot. So we got to give respect is due. So he terrorizes offensive lines all day. So. And what is it, Karlaftis? I got mad respect for him. I love the linebackers in the NFL. So I mean, he's probably one of the best linebackers in the NFL, and he's been a monster this playoff. So can't take him lightly, but I agree with Conrad on that one. You know, Goddard doesn't get enough love, and then the O-line definitely doesn't get enough love.
Also, give a shout out to Cousin Joey. Cousin Joey just popped in the chat. Want to give a shout out to Cousin Joey down there?
What up,
Hey.
Joey?
Hey Joey,
Mr.
that's
Hughes,
that's
before
another
you-
cousin Joey. We got a lot of cousin Joeys.
We have a lot of Cousin Joeys.
No
All
way.
the Cousin Joeys popped in the chat today. Mr. U, before we have you head out, a couple quick questions. Who do you have as MVP? It's a little bit of a rotation. We're definitely and like I said, it's been a long time coming. So we're definitely gonna have you back on like really, really soon here. But we want to get like a full. So we're kind of rotating people. We definitely want to get you on for like a 4-hour show. Probably next couple weeks. We'll do it really soon because we've been trying to get this collab for like a good minute. But as far as MVP, who do you have as far as the MVP of the game, and what do you have as your final score of this game?
John, plug your ears, brother. Go on mute, man, because I know you ain't going like this, man. This ain't about the refs, really, because I think I agree with what my brothers were saying earlier about the referees and the game not being rigged per se, or the NFL being rigged. I'm not really of that mindset, but I think the Chiefs going to take this 35-31. I think Mahomes going to end up getting MVP because it just kind of feels like it's like. Yeah, I mean, I know the real MVP is Andy Reid. Nobody wants to talk about that. It's not a coach award, it's a player award. So I get that. But honestly, I'm gonna see some blasphemy on your show right here to give you guys some extra ratings. So I'm gonna blaspheme the Chiefs right now. If Mahomes was injured and he wasn't playing, they'd still be winning because of Andy Reid.
Oh my goodness!
That was
If Carson Wentz beats us,
they still be winning.
You know how
They
crazy
can
that would
win
be if
this
Carson Wentz had to come to the game and beat the
Andy
Eagles?
Reid is that good.
That'd be wild.
That
Mahomes getting the award.
That would be the craziest circumstance if Carson Wentz had to pop on and actually win this game. Actually, I got one more question for you, Mr. U.
Carson Wentz.
The streets want to know. The streets want to know. As we talked about before, we have a lot of celebrities from Kansas City. We have a lot of celebrities coming out from Philly. Somebody's got to go. That means we're erasing their catalog. This person is gone.
Oh.
Don Cheadle from Kansas City or Kevin Bacon from Philly?
Bye, Mr. Bacon.
Don
Cheadle's in Avengers.
Booty.
What have you done lately?
Yes.
What have you done? Footloose?
Oh, I'm keeping Cheadle. That's one of my favorite actors. Don. For me,
Who's
Don.
versus the Avengers? I'll let the people decide.
People in the chat, you tell us who has to go. Don Cheadle or Kevin Bacon? Who are we kicking off the island?
Easy.
But Mr. U, before you bounce, definitely make sure, shout out your socials. Let people know what you got going on. Like I said, this is the hardest working man on the internet. He has many podcasts. His hands are everywhere. So shout out. Let folks know they can find you, what you got coming up.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, brother. Our flagship show is called That Thursday Thing, or That Thursday Night Thing, T3 for short. And we're on every Thursday night at 7 p.m. EST. I got multiple shows that go on during the week, inspirational teaching and family and relationships and that kind of stuff, and interview shows and that kind of, and me and the white people have a new show that we've been doing for about a year now called the His and Hers podcast. So we're doing that too. But every Thursday night is our flagship show. We talk sports there. I'm trying to get you guys on for a long time. So if you want to get that going, still trying to find my fourth co-host. It's the hard, that's where the hard work is. I can't find that fourth co-host. It's hard work. I'm like, I'm scouring the dark web trying to find the fourth co-host. It's not going well, but I'll be patient though. But that's where you can find us, and of course on all your socials at They Call Me Mr. U, you can find us. Thank you for the support. Thank you for this show. I've been fans of the Single Squad since I got connected with you guys, and we won't do enough work together. But I'm still watching you guys, and you guys are awesome concept. I only have one question about the Single Squad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just one question.
Go for it.
I know my time's running out, but only have one question.
No,
now, I'm learning Spanish right now. I'm learning Spanish. I'm using the app to learn Spanish.
Here it comes.
I've been trying to do it for years. It's been working out great. I'm learning Spanish now. But from what I'm learning, cinco means 5.
Yes.
But I'm always seeing 4 people. So the fifth guy in a closet somewhere bound up with rope and duct tape, or you going to let a man out so he can get on here and podcast with you? What's happening?
John, show me number 5 is.
He picked
Come on,
up
pick him
Keith,
up.
so now he's tied up. So
Oh,
How many people are on the screen right now?
Oh,
it's 5 right now.
The fifth
I
person
like
is
it.
the audience or the guest. The fifth person is
Yep.
always the people. The people are the fifth person. It's always the four of us and the people. Whether it's Mr. U, whether it's anybody else who popped on today, whether it's anybody else who pops on in the future, whether it's the folks in the chat, you are all members because it's all love and it's all family.
All part of the squad.
Man. Say that more. Advertising, man. That's awesome. Say that more. Man, yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
That is
You're
what
a
makes
marketing
live.
genius. I like it. I like it. Thank y'all, man. This is fun, man.
We definitely appreciate you coming on. Like I said, we're gonna do a lot more work. Like I said, we've been trying to get everything's kind of starting to slow up, pace itself. So no, you gotta cross fingers. We're gonna do work. We've been communicating. We've been trying to get on. We definitely gonna do some
right now, so don't forget. Just kidding. I'm excited.
But yeah,
I'm ready for it.
Definitely make sure y'all check out Mr. U. He has a lot of good content. Like you said, relationship content, sports content, a little bit of everything. Yeah, that brother's versatile. So definitely make sure y'all check out his content. We definitely appreciate you coming on with us tonight.
Thanks, Mr. U.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Ooh, that Don Cheadle thing in the chat is flaming so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I seen somewhere. Okay, as Mike said, has anybody ever played 7 Degrees of Don? Guess it's off 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Yeah, so that. And then Lynch Mob 22. Bye-bye Bacon, especially Footloose. Okay, we're not Footloose fans here, so I don't know. It's interesting.
I know
Kevin
who that
Bacon is. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. For me, you got to go. But shout out to Kevin Bacon anyways. John Cheadle, like you said, we had the Marvel things, a lot of other things.
Exactly.
But anyways, moving on. Next guest here. Some of y'all heard of Pharrell. Some of y'all heard of Dr. Dre. We got a better producer. Y'all listen to Cinco Squad. When you hear that theme music that comes on, there's a certain person that has the brains behind that operation. And a lot of people probably wonder, where are these dope beats coming from? You know where those are coming from? They're coming from our guy, Vinny Waves. That's our next guy. Come on, Vinny. Bring us that energy.
What up, Vin?
Let's go. With Cinco Squad. What's happening? Jamie, look at Jamie, man. You got Benjamin Button or something, man. You just let go. How y'all doing?
Doing great, Vinny. How you doing, bro?
Man,
I tell everybody, my dad's gonna be.
I'm recording as we speak.
Man. My dad's gonna be 80 soon, and he swears it's just getting in the ocean every morning and just freeing up your body. Just doing that. I'm telling you, man, that's what it is. I miss it. I feel like I'm starting to age. You can't really see it. I shave off. The white's starting to come through, man. When I was in St. Lucia, it was just pure, just brown, man. It's goddamn stress in the States, bro. I need my St. Lucia water.
They got that Just for Men beard dye, man. You can I'll pick it up. How y'all boys living?
Good.
Great, man.
We're okay. John's
relaxing.
John's the stressed one here. Only one of us have a team in the Super Bowl, so one of us are super stressed. The rest of us are relaxing.
Listen, man, I can hardly look at him in that Eagles gear, man. I'm a Bucs fan, so it's hard to look at him right now. I'm trying to not look at this team right now. I'm a Tampa boy, born and raised, man. So you know how it is.
Yeah.
Now, it's never too early to ask. How you feeling about your Bucs next year? They're going to be in the Super Bowl next year. What are we expecting?
Of course, I'm going to say yes, but man, I don't know, man. With the different OC, I like the guy they brought in. I like Wizard, and I think we got Godwin coming back. I think they're going to try to make some pieces in the offseason, hopefully, to get Baker some weapons. And I don't know, I'm a big Baker fan. Coming in after Brady and just freaking balling out and just being a dog. I mean, he fits right into Tampa, man. That's his home for sure. So I'm pumped, man. I think we could have a good shot. I think Evans got at least 2 more years in him if he wants to, just to break the record. I think he's too driven by that. Like, he's tied, but I think he's got enough to at least go try to beat the record and get the top of the leaderboard. But I'm excited, man. I think we got a bright future.
There was a question in the chat earlier. Are you bringing back Godwin, or you think it's time to replace him and put someone else opposite of Mike Evans?
Man, he was balling last year. He was on pace for a record season before he got hurt. So I like Godwin. And I think if you get another slot, I think McMillan's a great. He really came to his filled his shoes this year as a rookie, and I think we just get like one more piece, man. I don't know. I was seeing some hints of Tyreek Hill. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I don't know. That'd be nice, man. That'd be nice. Tyreek, Godwin. I don't know. I love my Godwin, but if you have Evans and Tyreek on each end, it might be a little scary.
I'm with you. I think Baker was crazy for Tyreek to blow the ball. I mean, he's already gone crazy with those two guys. I can't imagine what he could do with Tyreek too. It'd be fun. A lot of fun.
Be scared. It'd be fun to watch, man. I know it was a fun season, man. I was at the Saints game before the last game of the season, and oh man, my halftime, the stadium was booing. Todd Bowles, everyone's booing, and then they came back and won. And Mike Evans got that last catch. I mean, listen, I'm getting older, man, and this I can't deal with it no more, man. My blood pressure I'm gonna have a heart attack. This team's gonna stroke me out one day, man.
Now, do you have any blood pressure medicine referrals for John for Sunday?
Yeah, it's called a case of beer, and good luck, man.
He's gonna have his own separate.
Yeah, let's hope Mahomes' ankles collapses in the first half.
Hey, did y'all see that video of Mahomes talking with Jalen Hurts saying he bought an Airbnb like 3 months ago? And all the comments I saw were like, "Oh, it's rigged. Everything's rigged." He already had a Airbnb picked out in the Super Bowl in the city this year.
No, that's called confidence.
He did that.
I love it. I thought it was manifesting. I'm big on manifestation.
Yep. He did that. He's done that every year since he's been in the league. He said that to Jalen in Phoenix. He said that every single year I bought in a condo where the Super Bowl is because that's how confident he is.
Smart guy.
I love it, man. If he wins, where do you put him at all time? You put him number 2 under Brady or what?
I think he's the greatest right now of all time right now. Like I don't think.
Oh, he's already my GOAT.
He's a dog. And then what is he? 27, 28?
28.
That's
That's a decade. We could see this for another decade, and fans are already freaking tripping right now. We could see this all over again.
Crazy, man.
When's he gonna retire? I'm like, bitch, we got like 10 more years.
Modern Medicine is he'll play at least 45 probably.
Here's the more interesting thing. Reed doesn't have 10 more years in him. So if it ends up being Reed leaves and he doesn't get back to the Super Bowl for a long time, you know how they have the Belichick Brady debate. Does that become a big deal where it's like, is Reed why if he can't get back there?
It's a good question. I'm curious to see that, man. I think Mahomes is he's just locked in, man. He just has that ice water in his veins, man. At 28 years old, it's crazy just balling like that on the biggest stages. Same with Hurts, man. Hurts is a G2. He's balling. Yeah, hopefully he stays healthy.
Vinny, you're a music guy. Kendrick's performing at halftime. What's going to be the first song he performs? What's he coming out to?
You got to lock this one in. Listen up, folks. You got to lock this one in.
Lock it in. There's a lot of best in Vegas here.
I'm going to go, what's that one? If Pyros and Crips all got along, it probably helped me down by the end. Roll with that one. I think he's going to go with that one.
Yeah, man.
With not like he's going to do that one. He's going to have to do that one. That song was a massive hit, but I think he's going to come out with Mad City or something like that. I think that's a good opening one. Let go. And that way that beat comes in, I think that'd be good.
I believe he opened with that when he did the halftime of the college football playoff. I think it was Georgia, Alabama.
He did? I didn't see that. Dang. So
I'm pretty sure he opened to that. I think Imagine Dragons were playing too with him when he did that, if I remember correctly. Okay, next year. Who do you want for halftime for next year?
Halftime for next year.
Where is it next year?
Man. See, I don't know about
Santa Clara.
I'm a big Chris Brown fan. I think Chris Brown is one of the best performers ever, man. Like I've seen him live and his music and everything. I know he doesn't have the best track record of his personal life, but aside from that, his music's dope, and I think he would kill a halftime show. I've seen him live a few times. I bet he can dance, man. His shows are incredible.
Oh, I would love Chris Brown. Like you said, I know it's not the greatest track record, but as a performer, Chris Brown is like fire. So I would love for that to be.
He's RMJ, man. I gotta say, man, he's and people say like industry people say he's better, because he writes all his own stuff and he performs and he dances. MJ was dope. Obviously, he's a GOAT with singing and all that, But he wasn't a big songwriter. He usually had people write all the songs for him, and he just came in and just did his thing. But I think Chris Brown has just a lot more, performance wise, like dancing wise, and all the whole package kind of deal. And he puts on a good show. So I'm gonna go with that, man. We'll see, but I doubt it because of what happened. But
I agree. I would love it, but
someone like the energy. Yeah, man. You can't have like Willie Nelson out there, man. You'd be like, all right, respect to Willie Nelson, but You know what I'm
Willie
saying?
Nelson have a pound on stage while he's out there. He can't
My guy.
Maybe that's the trick. Oh, yeah, Jamie, maybe it's saltwater and Willie Nelson treatment, man. Mike,
You know it, baby. That's my dog right there.
Vinny, what's the next piece you're getting? I see you're more tatted than I seen you the last
Oh
time.
man, I don't
Next
know
piece.
yet, man. Next piece, I don't know. I was thinking about doing some, the classic palm trees. I'm from Florida, man. I got a good spot here for some, so I might do that, man. Just some different palm trees. I got to represent. See, like, my name is Vinny, but like everyone thinks, oh, Jersey Shore. I'm like, dude, no, I'm like the opposite of that. I grew up surfing at the beach. I played baseball. Like was a drummer. Like I'm like the opposite of those guys. So it's my name's Italian, but my mom's half Cuban. Her maiden name was Martinez. So I feel sometimes more Cuban. I'm a rice and beans over pasta guy, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me that plantana with that too, man. Come on.
Man. Yeah, man.
By the
Hey,
way,
I was in the booth right now, man. I was recording before y'all got me on, man. I was in the booth.
For everyone that doesn't know, Vinny is the sole producer of all of our music and all of our songs before the show, during the show. So, Vinny, we really appreciate all the work you've put in.
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
Guys are.
Yeah, I got some updates for you, man. I gotta refresh the catalog, man. That's a little overdue, man. I need some.
Looking forward to it.
Fresh, man.
If anybody
Some fresh
in the comments or in that's watching needs some sort of track for their podcast or whatever they're doing, make sure you hit up Vinny. We'll get you his information and link it to you guys. He does great work, and we'll send you some examples.
Appreciate y'all. Check me out on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud. Just dropped a couple new singles. I have a new single, Twin Flame, out coming on Valentine's Day, so I'm excited for that one.
Nice, I like that.
Definitely looking forward to that for sure. By the way, in the comments, Big Mike, definitely thanks for stopping through.
Yeah, thanks, Big Mike.
Go work with him. Our Mike was just on with that Mike. They were doing a Royal Rumble show, which was really interesting. So definitely make sure y'all check out the Running Wrestling podcast also. Vinny, for this game, what is your final score prediction? Who do you have as the MVP of this game on Sunday?
Ah, man, I'm gonna I hate to say it, man, I really do, but I love Sawyer, so I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Eagles with the dub, and I'm gonna go 27-24 Eagles.
Almost the under. Someone almost took the under.
Almost.
I think Jalen Hurts is due, man. I think, and Saquon just sick. That guy's unreal.
Yeah, he is.
So
I got a question for you guys. I was actually talking about the other day. Who would you rather tackle in an open field, Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry?
I think you can get
one-on-one.
Well,
one's running over you, one's running around you.
No, I was gonna say, because the thing is, Saquon's gonna just jump over me backwards, and Derrick Henry's gonna run me over. So I guess at least Saquon, because I at least can walk when I get done. If Henry gets me, then I might be in a wheelchair.
You could just go for the legs. You could just take Henry's legs out. Saquon's legs are like two tree trunks. So if you go low, he's just gonna hurdle you, or he's just gonna truck you. I feel like, but Derrick Henry, all I gotta do is clip his leg, and he's going.
Cooper John did that. Prove that it don't matter.
One of John's sensational rookies had his moment and shined when Derek came right at him. So
tackle. I think I got it right here. Hold on one second.
Roll the clip, John.
Let me see. Boom! There it is, right there. Ooh, open field tackle, baby.
I don't know how. Yeah, I'm not fucking with. I'm not taking my chance.
Boy, that's like a country fair.
That was open field. No one was around him. It was just him and Derrick Henry. It was Oklahoma drills.
Oklahoma drills. But yeah, that's we like having those debates. And then also my second one for you guys. Do you think, you have a great O-line, right? You got the Chiefs O-line. You think you can complete one NFL pass? Because I saw Mahomes come out and say, "Nah, the average person can't do it." But you got a screen, you got a little screen to like Pacheco or someone. Like, you think? I said yes, but like, maybe it's all fun and games, especially on the field. But
I'm awful at throwing a football, so probably not.
You run the play. I'm handing it off to John.
Yeah, right.
Got you. I'll get 6.
I think I can get a pass off. I mean, because like you said, you got screens. And
Screen pass.
I get a screen pass off. I think I can do it. It's a screen pass. I think I can do it. If I can't get that, then damn it, then I'm washed. In a different type of way. I know we get older, but damn.
Until you see those D linemen growling at you, man, like those 6'5" D linemen coming at you.
Maybe if I start in shotgun, I might be able to do it.
There you
Under
go.
center,
No,
I'm
don't
not
just
going to
start
make it out of there.
not
You
taking
can shotgun. Yeah, you can go. You can drop
You have
back.
Blue Voo coming over the top.
Hey, this
Good,
comes
it's a
from the
penalty.
same guy. Mikey, aren't you the same guy who said you think you can get 5 yards on 10 carries?
If you give me a good O line, yeah.
You good?
That's
You're
half
6'3",
that's
all
half
you
a
do.
yard a
Oh,
carry.
wow.
I can get half a
But
yard a
what if
carry.
you lose a couple yards on the first carry?
Exactly.
So then you got to make up.
Exactly. If you start at negative 12, you're
See?
cooked. Then you got that 23
See?
yards.
But what that bet never specifies is that you can't start under center. We're tush pushing our way there.
There we go.
Shit. That's
All right,
that.
get the spot.
I don't need it. Someone just carry me.
That's why I played baseball. I played shortstop. I didn't. Football is too much
Exactly.
conditioning. I just had sunflower seeds in my back pocket, fielding ground balls. It was a lot easier.
You play right field at some
Do I
point.
have seeds, gum, or both? That's the question. That's
Both,
the sole question.
all the above, man.
Always
All the above.
You've all the above. It's a long day out there in right field
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I never did like tobacco. I had friends that did tobacco, like that chew and stuff. I never do that, man. I'm not a big like too much buzz, man. I was freaking be like dizzy. I remember one time, I did it once and one time only. I was freaking buzzing, throwing up. Oh man. No,
What are you doing?
no.
That's a Jose Canseco, the ball bounce off your head over the fence.
Yeah, when you're juiced up, you don't feel it. Probably has muscles in his head, so you probably you know.
He probably caught it with his head. Like shit, where is it?
But Vinny, definitely make sure before you head out, make sure you shout out to the folks, your socials. Like we said, if anybody needs beats, anything like that, this guy, he's been doing all of our stuff from day one. And we get asked all the time, who's doing your music? And it's not like he doesn't just do art, he does a little bit of everything. So he's not, some of these producers come on, they're a little capped off, they're a little limited what they can do. This ain't one of those guys. This is a jack of all trades. So definitely make sure y'all look out. But Vinny, go ahead and shout out where they can find you, what you got coming up. I know you said you got a Valentine's Day project coming up.
Yeah. So at Vinny Waves Music, VINNY WAVS, no E, because it's like an audio wave file. So Vinny Waves Music, at Vinny Waves Music, on all platforms. Except TikTok, because I deleted it and now I can't get it back on my damn phone. So
Me too.
Luckily I kept it and was able
Mark,
to.
hey, dude, I saw they're selling iPhones on eBay with TikTok for like $5,000, $10,000. So
Oh yeah.
That's
I might check that out, man. Quick
People
combo.
will buy it. That's the thing.
We
People
should
will buy
have
it.
we should have kept it and then sold our Mike. Sell your phone.
Yeah, sell your phone, Mike.
I do
Y'all get
need a
studio
new phone.
equipment.
You're in a pinch, man.
Yeah, sell your phone. We get new studio equipment for the Cinco Squad.
Yeah,
and
Mike,
we get
are you waiting on Mikey?
too.
Come on, bro.
All right.
That's-
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate the shout out, man. Yeah, I got some new beats coming for y'all for the next show. I got some hard ones for you, some updates, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, I make a little bit of everything, man. You know, I'll get in the studio with Future, and then I'll turn around and go with Teddy Swims, and then I'll go with meeting with Bieber if I got to. I'll do it all, man. I do it all. I produce and I songwrite. So really, my goal is really just to work with the biggest artists, help them create songs, and be in the studio with them. I don't want the spotlight, man. I'm a behind the scenes guy, so I keep it low key. But I appreciate the
Hey,
shout.
let's stay in touch and get to that Bucks game next year, man. Let's go Bucks.
Please, man, let's do it. You back in Tampa?
Yeah, man, I'm back.
Oh,
We
cool,
all-
man. Wait,
Well,
you
Trey,
have to
we
go to
all-
Bucks game, man.
We all
Let's
live
go to
together
the
now. All live together now. Me, Mike,
ocean
and John.
treatment, man. I need the Jamie
Everybody-
Ocean revitalization.
Yeah, everyone's in Tampa now except.
Except for me.
That guy up there.
Don't
Where
worry.
you
I
he's
have
coming
to
to Tampa.
stay with my championship Ohio State Buckeyes
Cleveland.
in the state of Ohio.
Oh, there you go. You're in Cleveland. Okay, hey, man, they were great this year, man. But that defense, they're all
They're all right.
that was an old man. Now they're all grown men on defense. They're all 24, 25 years old playing against 18, 19-year-olds, man. So, but Ohio State
Yeah.
was
What do you mean?
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh.
Just gotta get the job done.
How fair is that?
Hey, you know my favorite Ohio State quarterback was Troy Smith, man. When he remembered him in the national championship, him and Ted Ginn Jr.
Of course.
Man, that team was crazy.
Of course, they're both from Cleveland. Of course. Those are my
That was
guys, both from Cleveland. Like I
That was
followed
a
those guys
winning team
back
there.
literally since high school. So that was a different type of special thing because they were Cleveland guys. And then they went to Ohio State. So yeah, around here, those guys are legends. Still are legends around here. Actually, I think Gianno's opened up a bar recently around here from what I heard.
Nice.
Actually,
Is it-
yeah, those guys still are around.
People from Ohio. Is it Ohioans or Ohio? What do you call yourself? Ohioites, Ohioans? What?
Ohio wins technically.
Ohioans? Hey, man, I love
Okay.
Ohio, man. Like, yeah, y'all love your football and your sports, man. Y'all are die hard. So,
Oh, we're die hard up here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we ride hard. But Vinny, definitely thanks for stopping through. Like I said, make sure y'all definitely check out his content. Like you said, follow him. Make sure you check out. If y'all need beats, if you know anybody else that needs something, that man puts in work. So definitely make sure y'all reach out to him.
Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna drop you those new songs too for the pod. And hey, man, hope the Migos pull it off. I don't know if I can see any more Taylor Swift, but we'll keep it up.
All right, brother. See you later, man.
Thanks, guys. Good to see y'all, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Benny.
No doubt.
Yo, Trey, please tell me he's gonna call the bar Gin and Juice.
You know what?
That's too good.
That'd be fun.
Please tell me the name of the bar is Gin and Juice.
No, I didn't think of that. Okay, that'd be one of the drinks on the menu. That definitely one of the drinks. Okay, so coming up next, though, we have Uncle Chris. And what a lot of people don't know about Uncle Chris is, and I know he'll hate to hear this, but he is the chief of Bill's Mafia. How ironic, huh?
Really?
That's what the word on the street is.
Damn. Well, Chris.
Yeah, the chief of Bill's Mafia.
There's the man himself.
Himself.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Uncle Chris, the man, the myth, the legend, has introduced the chief of Bill's Mafia. How are we feeling? Are you guys going to finally get this done next year?
Well, they got out coached. That's what it came down to, in my opinion. They got out coached. I thought that towards the tail end of the first half, on that challenge call, where who caught that pass? Anyway, that was a desperate measure. I don't think they should have challenged. And right there, I thought the Bills were in trouble because that was just desperate. He was McDermott was grasping for straws right there. But in the end, they got out coached. And one of the questions that everybody was asking after was everybody and their brother knew that blitz was coming on that play, except Buffalo.
Yep. Yeah. I said it too. I'm like, they're bringing the house, and I was with a bunch of Bills fans, and I was like, they were like, what? I'm like, they're bringing the house. He needs to get this ball off quick. And Karlaftis was right in Josh's face, saying, "Hey, how's it going? Let's dance." And I was like, I've never seen that move that fast.
The Bills' season was over at halftime of the Ravens game because if you give, if the tight end catches that ball, they tie the game. There's still a minute and a half.
Momentum swing.
I'm confident that Josh could have done something, but that whole second half was all Ravens. Buffalo. It's almost like they took their foot off the gas. They were just praying for that clock to read zero, and nothing happened. But yeah, they got out coached, and I think Buffalo's gonna. This is gonna be Buffalo. I like McDermott. He got him out of a funk, but he's not the coach to get him to Andy Reid or to a championship. Not Andy Reid. That's really out kicking the coverage. But to get him to a championship, I don't think he's the coach to do that.
Who do you got then? Who do you think?
Yeah, I said who would you? Yeah, to take.
Or who would you want?
I said at the beginning of the season that if Buffalo struggled like everybody thought they were going to, I thought they would have gotten Belichick because Belichick would love nothing more than to beat up on the Patriots twice a year, every year. And, I mean, there's still, I can't think of names right now, but that was one that I had suggested. But that, I don't know, to be perfectly honest, I just don't think McDermott is the guy. I could be wrong, but he once again, it almost feels as though, again, going back to the second half of the Ravens game and the game against the Chiefs, it wasn't necessarily the same Buffalo team that they were all year.
Yeah.
I like how they have more of a running game because I think that's necessary. So that way Josh doesn't have to do everything. But I think they could have asked him to do more in the second half of the Ravens game and in that Chiefs game. I know. And here's the other thing. You beat them relatively handily. Granted, it was in Buffalo and weather was a little different. And you want to do something different? Why? Do the exact same thing you did against them. Do the same thing. It worked.
If it isn't broken, what are you trying to figure out? Yeah.
Like, why aren't you running the ball is my biggest thing. Like, right? Like, you were running all over this defense. And that's why I think Saquon is going to have a field day in the Super Bowl, because James Cook having a field day. No offense to him. He's a young back. I think he'll come into his own eventually. But he's running all over that defense like it's Swiss cheese. Why don't you go back to it? And now you start playing this game where you're going to throw all the time. I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep doing it until they stop you.
Right.
He's getting 4 or 5 yards a carry. That's great. I just didn't understand so I agree with you. Coaching definitely lost that game.
Absolutely, 100%. They got outcoached. And in these big games, year after year, in the playoff games, it's been coaching. Last year, when they screwed the fucking pooch, pardon my French, in Denver, 12 men on a game-winning field goal? 12 men?
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts. They're games that they should win. It comes down to the coaching. It just comes down to the coaching. It's not as bad as when they had Wade Phillips, I'll say that. So that's a positive.
So Uncle Chris, 2 things real quick. 1, love the Pisces shirt if you're a fellow's Pisces. 2nd thing, Myles Garrett's on the market now. Is that the player to get you over the hump?
Absolutely.
How much you throwing at him?
Absolutely. Pardon me?
How much you going to throw at him? 100 mil, 3 years? 125 mil, 3 years? How much you going to give him?
Yes. Yeah.
You have to
Von Miller was a bust. Von Miller was a bust. I think more people need to talk about that was maybe not the biggest, but it's up there in the Bills franchise. That's a bust from day one. He's done squat except get in trouble and beat the shit out of his girlfriend.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all, y'all got the old washed version of him, so I don't know why people had that type of expectation. A couple quick things in the chat. Christian in the chat says, "Oh, geez, they'll let anyone on this show." I'm just throwing it out there. And then also, Conrad in the chat asked, "Who's Cincy offensive coordinator?" He said that he would possibly like Cincy's offensive coordinator for that Bills offense. How do you feel about that?
For who?
For y'all, for the Cincinnati offensive coordinator for your coach, if y'all were to get rid of McDermott.
I would certainly consider it. I don't know if that's the answer, but that would be, speaking of Cincinnati, put Marvin Lewis in there.
Ooh.
I've heard that name in a while.
Yeah, no.
Who the hell is he?
I don't even know. Yeah, I was saying, coach. I don't even know if he's actually coach.
Last I knew, he was an assistant at it was either Arizona or Arizona State, wherever he went to school. He became a consultant. Lovie Smith
would be another good one.
Would you want Mike McCarthy?
No.
Yeah, I would run that back.
I don't think Mike McCarthy wants to coach anymore. I think he just
because you need you. I think you need.
It's true. He is.
With all due respect to McCarthy, because he has won a Super Bowl. You need a strong personality. Maybe not as strong as Belichick, but someone who just cares. I mean, Andy Reid. When you go into Kansas City, you're going to play by their rules, or you're out. Mm-hmm. So I think you got to be able to carry yourself. McVay with the Rams, just has that. You'd run through a brick wall for him. I don't know that people would necessarily. Some might for McDermott, but he doesn't strike me as, I'd run through a wall for that guy.
Yeah. So
now, for this, so you had something to say, John?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask him about. I was gonna pivot to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah.
So where are you watching the game, and what's on the menu?
Well, my staple is cocktail weenies in a nice dipping sauce of grape jelly and mustard.
Grape jelly.
Yep.
I've being that I have watched big games with him before, and I've had this. It's actually really good. Not gonna lie,
Nance's
it's
mustard-
actually really.
You have that.
Nance's mustard, to be specific.
Yes.
You can't. Don't go French's. You'll fuck it up. Don't go French's.
Yeah, no.
Can
It's not,
I think we learned
can
something new
can
today.
Can I use salty language on this thing?
100%.
Absolutely. If you
100%.
and I've done it on this show on a weekly basis.
You can use pepper.
Just making sure. Just making sure. I don't want to get fines from the FAA.
No,
Or the
Speaking of
FCC.
fines.
Excuse me, the FCC. I don't want to get fines from the FCC. I'm not Howard Stern.
We'll send you a Cinco Squad fine.
Hey, but going back on, okay, that's fair enough. I heard this amazing stat, and going back to with Saquon running, and I agree, they've got to. If the Rams and or the Commanders could have at least stopped one of those big runs from Saquon, then maybe the Eagles don't make it. But they earned it and they deserve it. But Mahomes against the Fangio defense is 8-0. He's undefeated against a Fangio defense. Just putting that out there.
Wow.
Putting that out there.
Means he's due.
Interesting stat.
Means he's due, says the guy with the Eagles gear from head
Hold on, Uncle
Of
Mike.
course.
You mean this Eagles
course.
defense?
to
This open field tackle? One of the best?
Yeah, but that was, but what that doesn't say is that was after the whistle.
No, it was not. That was an open field tackle. Everyone knows that. Oh, Joe, knock everything down. That was one of the best plays I've seen all season.
And it was Halloween night, and it was actually, that's a cheerleader wearing a Derrick Henry jersey.
Yeah.
That's
She went to the game as-
That's a big ass
Little
cheerleader.
Jesus.
She actually dressed up as the Predator and put on a Derrick Henry jersey.
Oh, man.
That's not the type of
Looking like-
cheerleaders I like to recruit personally.
Sturdy.
The game for Sunday. Who do you see as being like an unsung hero? Somebody that's off the board, not your typical Saquon, Jalen Hurts, Mahomes. It's gonna be, I didn't see this guy coming.
I'm going to say Hunt,
Mm.
the running back.
Not bad.
Yeah.
You're the first one today. I don't think that's a bad choice, but you're the first one today that I've heard
Yeah.
say that. Why Hunt?
Yep.
Why do you feel Kareem does something this weekend?
Great question. Because I think that's going to be a pretty. It's unexpected, and I don't think Philadelphia, as big and as talented as they are, maybe they don't expect Hunt to be that guy. Obviously, they're going to be focused on Worthy. They're going to be focused on Kelsey. So that's why I think he did a heck of a job when Pacheco was out and hurt, and he's got I'm just going with that. You wanted somebody unsung. That's who I got.
No, honestly, I'm not against that because since Pacheco's came back, they've been running Hunt more anyways. And Hunt's, I
Right.
believe he scored in a lot, both of the two playoff games. Like Hunt's been, I thought they were going to split carries. They're not splitting carries. Clearly, Andy Reid went back to his bread and butter. The irony is everybody talks about Holmes, Kelsey, Reid. Well, Hunt's been there for a good chunk of these runs too. Actually, now that he left and came back, and has actually been there for a lot of this as well.
Right.
Okay, but before we let you go, the important question here from
Yep.
earlier. We have to get
Yep.
rid of somebody. We have celebrities from Philly. We have celebrities from Kansas City.
Yep.
We got Don Cheadle. We got Kevin Bacon. Who are we kicking out?
I love Kevin Bacon. I love Footloose. To all those haters out there. Having
saw
said
that.
that, having said that, and listen, Ren McCormick. If someone doesn't have a dog named Ren McCormick, then they're assholes. Anyway, having said all that, I have no fucking use for Commonwealth states. The whole state of Pennsylvania got to go the fuck away. Just go away. The whole state of Pennsylvania just
We
fucking
just
go.
kicked out. Eagles are gone. Oh, we just...
That's not the real reason. He just hates driving through it. No, like everyone else does.
That's true. That's true.
The turnpike is awful.
It's the worst
The turnpike
freaking
is
state to
awful.
drive through when you're driving
Hey.
trying to go south.
And you all have no idea. Back in the day, before satellite radio, I was living in Ocean City. When I would come home to visit, the only fucking radio station you get on there was either the fucking Bible reading or country music. At the time, I was not a fan of country music. You didn't have shit. I leave Ocean City, Orioles are playing in a playoff game. I can't catch the game through those fucking rocks and hills and all that bullshit. I come off the turnpike, and I pay my toll. I say to the guy, "Do you know who won the game?" "What game?" I'm like, "You fucking asshole." Never mind. So yeah, yep.
That's
I
great.
hate driving through it.
Yep, it's not great.
All right, so no brotherly love here is what we take
Sorry.
from that.
Go Birds.
Okay, but before you go,
Chris, we do have one thing here. We do have some insider info here from Joey saying that you actually cried when you watched it.
That would be Joey Argento, by the way, Uncle Chris.
Yeah,
Says
that's Joey.
You cried
When I
watching.
watched Footloose.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't love Laurie Singer? She's beautiful.
Fair. That's fair. That's a fair point.
She's one of my top 5 all time.
any last minute shout outs?
Who's your prediction in the game, first of all?
Yeah.
I can't bet against Mahomes. Philadelphia can win the game, but I can't bet against Mahomes. If it's a close game, I think it's Kansas City. I think Kansas City wins as long as they keep it close. I'm gonna go 30-21. Kansas City.
Is Mahomes your MVP or someone else?
Someone else. Can I take the field?
You pick.
I'll stick with my man Hunt.
I was gonna say probably say yeah. I'll say he probably yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I'll stick with my man Hunt. Yeah, I'll go all in on him.
Kareem Hunt to Chiefs for the win, and no love
Yep.
for the state of Pennsylvania. We learned a lot here today.
Yes, we did.
Uncle Chris, we're definitely going to have you back on sometime. We have a little bit of extended time. Definitely get you back on the show soon. We're going to talk a little bit of Footloose and a little bit of Philadelphia 76ers basketball. No, I'm just fucking with you.
No, hey, listen. Back in the days of Daryl Dawkins and Dr. J, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in. And
But Uncle Chris
LeBron's in
definitely-
the top 15 all-time NBA.
Uncle Chris, definitely thank you for coming through. Thanks for finally putting a name to a face. We've heard about you for a while, so definitely glad to have you on. We'll definitely make sure to get you on sometime soon as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the time, and thanks for having me. And you guys have a great show. I enjoy it.
Make it a great
Appreciate
weekend.
you. Appreciate you.
Have a great evening. Have a great Super Bowl.
You too, fellas.
Mike, where's Uncle Chris been all the time? We should have been had Uncle Chris on. What are we doing?
I know.
He's hiding him.
Okay, speaking of Mike's uncles, because Mike has like 500 uncles. Now, the fun part about this
All
uncle
across
is
the
we have
globe.
Uncle Mike coming on, and this isn't Uncle Mike Tomlin, but the word on the street is he's a Steelers fan. The word on the street is he also maybe actually personally driving Russell Wilson out of Pittsburgh. I don't know. Uncle Mike, let us know. Are we getting rid of Russell Wilson?
Okay, yeah,
Here we go.
I don't think you heard you.
No, right now.
Uncle Mike, first important
Here we are.
question. You are getting rid of Russell Wilson.
Oh, that's a great question.
Got to bring the bangers coming in.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, they played with house money this year with what they had to pay for both those guys. You know, I mean, you've got the crafty veteran in Wilson, in Fields. I think he still has a little shell shock from Chicago, where he's ready to run. But now it's is Wilson gonna head out to what, Vegas to
That's what
Reunited.
get back with his grandpa? I mean, I don't know.
That was great, Grandpa. You have to put respect on. That's great,
You
Grandpa.
might alone put some respect on his name.
It's such a
Pete's
good
so
like.
young at heart. Pete's young at heart.
There was some kid on Instagram that posted about Pete Carroll. He's like, he was basically like, so does this mean we not have class tomorrow because he got hired by the Raiders and he was he's a professor at USC. So it's like, we not have class tomorrow, or like, what's going on? I thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I mean, we'll see. I mean, did Fields deserve to be benched? I don't think so. And for those first 4 or 5 games that Wilson was in there, it looked like, okay, seems like they know what they're doing. But also, that offense is so friggin' vanilla and so frustrating because it's it was pretty predictable.
Right.
Pretty predictable on what they were going to do, and then obviously, the turnovers consistently every game near the end there. It was. I was getting to the point, honest to goodness, and I never had been there. I was on the fence. It's like, okay, does Tomlin got to go? Because he keeps bringing in these offensive coordinators who are just not creative. Like, watching Detroit and watching Washington and seeing these plays, Detroit, got it handed to them by the Rams, but or no, not the Rams. I'm sorry. Who they lose to?
Yep.
Yeah, but they were still running those plays. It's like we're going to go for it. It's all or nothing. The old trickery and everything. Which I loved it. I loved it.
So along those lines, right? You know that the new play in the NFL now is let's find the next hotshot OC and give him a head coaching opportunity. Is that what you're saying? Get rid of Tomlin, and a lot of people saying maybe you're a quarterback away. You seem to say maybe you're an OC away because you have the right personnel. Is that the right move for this team right now, where you bring in that hotshot OC?
I believe so. But who am I? I'm just a squirrel, sitting in, upstate New York, armchair quarterback, if you will. But yeah, I mean, think about the 2000, late 2000, 2010 Steelers with Brown, Roethlisberger, Bell, a solid defense, and they couldn't bring one home. I mean, yeah, I know they were going up against Brady and stuff like that, but that was a high octane, talented offense that couldn't get to that championship game. And it's because it was like, man, and yeah, the Brady factor is in there and everything, but it was just like, what are we doing? And it's just been and then it's Todd Haley and then Matt Canada.
Trey's guy right there. Apparently, I heard him and Trey in the talks right now.
Don't swear.
Yeah,
I said we can swear on the show, but Matt Canada is a special swear word that's banned from the show. Uncle Mike, question for you in the chat. Conrad said to ask you, Uncle Mike, does the front office give him options? I'm assuming he means Mike Tomlin, because he's had mediocre quarterbacks since Big Ben and has held on to him so long, so he takes the blame.
Oh, maybe not. I think I think the one thing with Tomlin that I wish is that he would get some more control in the locker room. I mean, everybody, hey, we want to go play. We love playing for Tomlin. We want to go play for Tomlin and everything like that. Yeah, he is a player's coach for sure, but also he is the coach, and the vicious cycle that is. Yes, he's never had a losing season. That's great. That's awesome. But okay, now you've lost 6, 7 playoff games in a row. You ended this season with 5 losses, and it's I mean, I don't think I don't think that, as far as the question is concerned, that they're hanging on to him because he could take the blame and stuff like that. But also you're having those winning seasons, and now your first round draft pick is, mid late, in in the whole gamut of the 32 teams, and so you're like, all right, what are you getting there?
Right.
Kind of thing. I don't think there's
Tough
another
part.
6-round Brady out there anytime soon.
That's the tough part with the Steelers is the fact that they've been having this winning seasons, but y'all have never been in a contention to kind of get a quarterback unless you trade up and
Right.
get yourself in a contention that way. So that's the tough
Right.
part. It's like Tomlin's winning these seasons, but it's almost like y'all probably would have benefited if y'all had one season where you went 2-15 just to get that top pick and get a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me take
Yeah.
this L and let me go get like a good quarterback, and okay, now we got a franchise, right?
Yeah, and how ironic is it that Kenny Pickett possibly could get a Super Bowl ring? Hey.
Right.
Maybe I was in that boat last year with Kadarius Toney.
Let's be realistic. We watched him come in against the Commanders, and I was with Trey when I was watching, and I was like, "Who the hell is this?" And Trey's like, "I've been telling you for years about him. Like, you don't listen."
Yeah, and John was like, "Oh, we got Kenny Pickett as a back." I'm like, "You don't want them problems, bro.
You don't want it.
That's not what you want. Absolutely. Not.
The one saving grace I have as a Steelers fan, regardless of how things go, we're not Cleveland.
Not the Browns.
It could always be
You're
worse.
gonna
You always
best players asking for a trade.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Mike, you look like you're ready in your spot for the Super Bowl. Is that where you're going to be watching it? And who's serving you your platters for the night?
Well, it's yes. This is my go-to chair, 100%. It's obviously the family will be here, and then some relatives of my wife's side and my sister, aka Mikey's mom, will be here as well, and everything, and we'll just be chilling, and I'll get my own platter. I don't want to put that on. My wife will be doing the majority of the cooking and everything like that, and I'll be stoking the fireplace and everything. So,
what are you going to ask her? What's your number one thing if you said, "Hey, you got to make this for the Super Bowl"? What she make the
well, my son says you better say chicken wing dip.
Chicken wing dip is goated. It is.
Yes, yeah, it definitely is. But I try to keep my body fit, and I'm failing miserably at it. So I love pizza, wings, stuff like that. The basics, the norms. But we always try to do something a little different. We're actually this year we're going to make take green bell peppers, and you cut them into slices, and then you take turkey sausage, cream cheese, mix that, cook the sausage, and then put the cream cheese in there, and then Asiago cheese on top of that, and you spread that in the green pepper slice. Then you bake it for a little bit. Gets nice. Oh my God, there's a little slice of heaven right there. It's a party in your mouth.
That sounds like the kind of fries John wants on his.
Yeah. Yeah, we try to keep it. We try to keep it a little classy.
Now, for the game on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
off the board, who do you think is gonna show out that nobody sees coming?
Ooh, I was thinking about, maybe Smith will step up for Philly.
That's like 4 people. Yeah.
He could be a silent assassin out there because they're going to be so focused on Brown, and probably even more with Saquon for them. So I'm going to say Smith for them, and then for Kansas City, which I hope it doesn't happen. Hint, hint, who I'm rooting for. I would say Worthy.
Yeah.
I think
We had a
Worthy could be something because I think they'll be. I think, and hopefully, Philly is focused on shutting down Travis Taylor.
Travis Swift, you mean?
Well, okay, you bring me to another important question, actually.
Here we
Okay, the
go.
odds are plus 750. Look, we've already went through this a couple times. The odds are plus 750. The Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Will Travis propose to Taylor Swift?
No.
So she's gonna just keep waiting. She'll just
Everybody's shutting you out.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's gonna be.
God damn it,
It's
this is
gonna
happening.
If anything,
it's gonna be
Taylor's gonna
This is
propose to
happening.
Travis.
something that they just do. We're just gonna go somewhere special and just have a little private little thing.
Oh, I'm so glad he
together.
busted this voice out.
Travis is so romantic, and it was just wonderful. And guess
me on
what?
my jet.
I don't give a shit.
Well, I'm sorry to break y'all this news, but once Mahomes gonna go up there, he's gonna carry his MVP trophy, and in the meanwhile, there'll be a proposal going on in the background. So I'm just saving y'all those couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saving everybody a couple hours here if y'all want to, take Sunday off and relax. Sorry, John.
Uncle Mike, I do have to clarify. Trey has said this every year for the past 5 years.
It's December
Eventually, I got it
2020.
right. Eventually, I'll be right. It may not be this year, but eventually, I'll be right.
I'll tell you what, if that happens, maybe he'll be the one chugging a bottle of champagne by himself.
I will be.
He'll be going live after the game.
John's gonna throw me off the balcony after.
You just want to see those kids succeed, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just praying for them.
Trey's a big fan of Young Love.
I see that.
I'm just praying for Young
Truth
Love
love.
and future singing tight ends. That's what I'm
Singing
praying
tight
for.
ends.
God.
Okay, other important question though. The streets are asking. We have famous people, both cities. No, we're not doing the same one again. Let's go back.
Okay.
Earlier in the show, we used this one. We have Walt Disney. He is from Kansas City. We have Will Smith. He is from Philly. Somebody has to go. We're kicking somebody out. They don't exist in the timeline of history. Will Smith gets kicked out or Walt Disney. What's got to go?
Oh my goodness, this is a no-brainer. Parents just don't understand. Bye, Will.
Yep.
You gotta go. You can't get rid of Disney. That's easy. Yeah, you can't get rid of Disney.
Are we sure we can't get rid of Disney?
Yes, we've already gone through the butterfly effect of the fact that if Disney doesn't exist and you and John don't meet, and if you and John don't meet, and the rest of us don't meet, and if the rest of us don't meet, Sicko Squad never exists.
We could have met.
And then this question could have never been asked, right? Because we went that degree as well.
Exactly.
6 degrees.
Could have met at the airport.
It's a 7.
Walt Disney, Disney World, Disney World, Disneyland, magical places. Will Smith, not so much.
Okay, so see, this is what happens. Actually, let me reinvent the wheel here. This is what happens. The Chiefs win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Mahomes says, I'm going to go to Disney World. He goes to Disney World. He takes Travis with him. Then they propose to Taylor Swift. Okay, there we go. That's our scenario. See, we brought this round circle. But no, in all seriousness, Uncle Mike, in all seriousness.
This is like an obsession. This is an obsession that might need some counseling.
I'm telling you, it has not stopped. It's non-stop. It's non-stop.
He wants this badly. I'm gonna DM Travis and be like, "You better propose." After you all lose the Eagles, you better propose.
But damn it, he better, or else I'm stop rooting for them. But no, it's all serious, Uncle Mike. For the game, final score prediction, and who do you have as your MVP?
Okay, well, hopefully the final score matches up with my squares. So, fingers crossed there. So I'm gonna go 34-20
over.
Philly. MVP Saquon. Yeah, I think Saquon is going to.
John's face.
He's going to be like, okay, I am going to put the cherry on top of this season and just run roughshot over the Chiefs and everything for
More
sure.
if he sent the MVP trophy to Joe Shane. Here you go.
Oof! Wow,
Here you go.
Hey, he just in Mike's face.
that's
I'm not
that's
surprised
aggressive.
he came with the Giants jersey, man. I know I would.
I mean, you hear the
Mike, you are a
conversation.
loyal fan.
You heard the conversation
Of
When they let him go.
when they let him
oh
go.
god, yeah. Oh yeah, I watched the Hard Knocks. Yeah,
Yeah, they basically let him go and like basically told him like, you'll call us, right? You're gonna call us,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, what?
yeah,
No.
yeah. I'll call you with goodbye.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You're gonna call me, right, baby? You're gonna call me, right?
It's serious, like having the perfect girl and then just letting her just go on a freaking Euro trip to Greece with all these freaking like guys that can sweep her off her feet. It's like, no, keep your ass right here. You're perfectly fine right
Yeah, but you'll write, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he was like feeling a
You'll
little
send
Ron
pictures,
Burgundy,
you and the girls.
little Ron Burgundy-ish
Right?
there. Milk was a bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
So I
And then-
I was talking with Mike,
Yeah.
and I said to him, I says, "Hey, can I do a stump the squad?"
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead. Stump the squad.
So I did one earlier in the week with Mike and John, so they already know that one. So now I'm going to go this route. What is the biggest spread in NFL history?
Like any game, this is not just Super Bowl, just any game.
Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Super Bowl.
Okay.
My bad.
Biggest Super Bowl.
Yep. Biggest spread in Super Bowl history.
I think it was the Bears against the Pats. I want to say it was 14.5.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Okay. I'm out.
My guess is the Rams over the Patriots, greatest show on turf Rams over the Patriots. I would say 11.
Incorrect.
The biggest spread, I would say. I think it's the Patriots. Is that half right?
No.
You got guessed all the way, bro. You can't get
Yes, everybody else is fine.
the squad, bro. You can't be asking for
Yeah,
freaking.
he's out.
Right, you asked
Can I make a call? Can I get a freaking? Come on.
Right, just pick an answer.
Well, now that changes my answer because I was gonna say Patriots.
Well, right, that's right. Y'all got a different advantage because now you just eliminated like 8 Super Bowls. So now out off the board.
More like 12.
I know. I didn't even give you guys multiple choice either. I just
That's
went,
all
I
right.
went rogue.
No, it's okay.
That's fine. What do y'all got, Mike and John? Come on, we and Jamie spit this out.
Ravens Giants 2000.
And what's your
Incorrect.
score?
That's not it.
Okay.
Mikey's rolling back in time here. Mikey's going back to like when the
about
Vikings. when
Yeah,
the Vikings
I feel like it may have actually been when the 72 Dolphins, when they had the undefeated season. I'll say that Super Bowl. I can't remember who they played. I'll say it was 14.
14. So Miami versus Washington?
Yeah, 14.
Incorrect.
And the
It
answer
was
is
actually Super Bowl 3,
Oh, man.
Jets versus the Colts.
That was the same question.
Colts were minus 18.
what?
Oh,
My God.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That was the same answer from last night.
It was too. Yeah, that was the question I presented to them for Trey and Jamie. It was, what Super Bowl matchup can never happen again? And it was the Jets versus the Colts.
Yeah.
They're both
play in the same
AFC.
conference.
Yeah. They're both
Yeah.
AFC, so it can't make sense.
Yeah.
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 Uncle Mike, you have any last minute shout outs?
Well, I want to say, first and foremost, thank you guys for this. This is awesome. We've been wanting to do this since you guys started all this and everything. And I do want to say, Garrick was very upset, my son, that he couldn't be on it because, little man's got to get his sleep and I say little man. He's 15, and but he's hoping that at some point we can try this again. But this is awesome. You guys do a great job. Your energy's fantastic every week. So I do appreciate this. This has been a lot of fun. And the one thing, and I'm going to try this. It's a very raw, funny thing I'm going to say here because I just thought of it myself here. I'm very upset with what has transpired during this season in the NFL because I had an alias when I would go to the massage parlors and I can't use it anymore.
Mr. Tucker.
No, it was close. I would call myself Deshaun Tucker, and now I can't do that no more because they'll completely kick me out right off the bat.
Well, Uncle Mike, definitely thanks for coming through. Good to finally put a face with the name. Definitely heard a lot of stories, but definitely, we already talked about it. We're going to try to get Garrett on too sometime during baseball season. Yeah, we already kind of talked about that once he could come on. So definitely looking forward to having both of y'all get back on the show at some point.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you guys so much again. I appreciate it. Hey, enjoy your weekend.
We will.
You all getting together and everything.
Yeah,
It's be a good time.
Yep.
Have a great Super Bowl, Uncle Mike.
All right, you too, guys. Thanks.
Mike's family's fun. Go to Mike's family reunion. We're gonna do a single squad live.
Yeah, we gotta get Mike's family down here in Florida for a
We're gonna
reunion.
do a Mike's family reunion single squad edition.
Oh, just go to family reunion. Where's it at again, Mikey? Where you guys go every year?
The beach. It's in Delaware. Yeah, we can do a live show. Hey, let's all go to Delaware. We'll do a live show.
All right.
We'll do a live show from Delaware. So we got one last guest for everybody who's actually stuck through this time. One last guest. This has been a guest who he may have been on more than any other guest we've actually had, I think, if I'm counting my numbers right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I'm counting this right. This has been our most consistent guest. Hasn't been on for a while, so we definitely need to catch up with him. Sometimes we say he might be like our honorary fifth member. Word on the street, though, is, the Lakers, they got to finally orchestrate a trade. Now, some people say that Rob Pelinka pulled this off. Nah, that ain't how this happened. This man, the legend, this is how the Lakers ended up with our Lord and Savior, Luka Doncic. Was because of this guy. Next up, our guy, Idris.
What's good, bro?
Oh, my gosh. What's good?
Okay, off top. We'll get the football in a second. I'm going to ask you. Where were you when the trade came through? Where were you when the trade came
through?
Bro,
so I was on the bus coming back from one of our games. We played Jay Sarah down in Orange County, bro. So I got my eyes closed, mind you. I'm knocked out. One of our assistant coaches, he wake me up. He's like, "Yo, Shams just tweeted that Lakers got Luka, but I don't think it's true." So for a whole 30 minutes, we're like, "It's not true. It's not true. It's fake." And so I'm thinking it doesn't make sense though. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this trade makes no sense whatsoever. I was on a bus actually headed back home.
So when did it finally set in? Like, oh wait a minute, was it after the fifth time that Shams was like, "No, I'm not hacked. This is really true. This actually
facts." Nah, you had to check the gram. So obviously we matched the gram with it. Matched his Twitter with his gram, and then I think when ESPN broke it, that's when it really settled in, and I was like, "Yo, this is the biggest trade ever." The reason behind Dallas doing it, I haven't really got yet. I know I heard something about him being out of shape, being overweight, injury. I heard so many things, but I'm still kind of interested to get the scoop on that because next year he would have been able to sign that max. So you can't sign that super max. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you coach basketball, so if you had a Luka Doncic and that type of talent, he comes in at 270. Are you getting rid of him, or are you just gonna figure this out at 270?
No, we're gonna figure that shit out. What do you mean? We're gonna figure that out. He damn near arguably top 2 scorers in the league. I don't give a damn. He got it, bro. He's one of the best he's only 25 at that, so you kind of just gotta figure that out. You got him and Kyrie, you got what's the big I'm
Derek
forgetting the
Lively.
center right now that they have, Derek Lively, right? A young cat like
Ian
him.
Gafford.
So, and I'm a huge PJ Washington fan. Like, I really like his game that he's evolved coming from Charlotte. So, I mean, that's a core that you should be able to work with to break that up now, and I want to get you guys' scoop on that and what the NBA looks like now. It's only right that we get to chop it up about what the landscape looks like and how, it's never going to be the same from here on out,
No.
Well, when you
I
look
mean,
at
it's flying.
my
Right before
opinion,
we started the show, the Jimmy Butler trade happened. We didn't even get to process that. Like, that was 2 minutes before we got on live. What were you saying, John?
And
No, I was gonna talk about like what I thought about it is that the Lakers are now back on the map, right? And the Lakers being good is good for basketball, just like. And I'll be honest, just like baseball, the Dodgers and the Yankees are good for MLB. I hate to the Dallas Cowboys, competitive in the NFL, are somewhat good for the NFL, but like these teams that are perennial teams in these leagues, like Lakers being good, is good for basketball. I mean, it's a household name. It's probably top name in the NBA. When it comes to merchandise, what have you. I mean, I always see Lakers everywhere. So it being as a marketability, it's good for NBA. I mean, this is going to be great for the team moving forward, and especially LeBron's he's going to fade away, and now Luke is going to have the keys to the franchise, and you can just build on that. That's why I looked at it.
Well, I mean, like I feel like we were cheated. Some people think maybe we were cheated out of a Lakers Celtics final, right? When it ended up being Denver, Miami a couple of years ago. And now we have Luka playing the Celtics. It's like, Dallas is a significant market, but what if we could make that a rivalry over the next 10 years between what seems like a great young core in Boston and the guy that obviously can get anybody to come to a team right now? Because we've been talking, I've been saying it, Luka's my MVP moving forward, kind of like the Jokic situation, jump by jump low, he stays healthy. It's Luka or anybody else, Luka or the field at some point. So now you have the guy can attract anybody to that franchise. Are we looking at the 80s all over again, right? Maybe not 5 or 6 matchups, but can we see this happen for 3 times in 5 years, right? And then the NBA gets exactly what they want.
I mean, that's huge. That's go ahead.
No, I was saying, so the ages line up. So, I see where Jay's going because Tatum, Brown, all these guys are young enough. Luka's young enough. You figure eventually they get somebody else to go over there. And maybe you end up creating a rivalry with like a San Antonio in the West where you got Wemby and Fox now. So you got those young guys. Maybe that's like the Western Conference Finals 2 or 3 years to play the battle to go play Boston. So, like, it's the NBA, I don't care about the NBA is in a good place. I don't care what folks talking about.
So
it's big time.
How's the basketball getting going? I mean, you're the number 1 coach in California, right? In high school basketball. I keep seeing on your
look, not even. Nah, so
Dub City every week, bro. It's just like
man.
I think they're 37-0.
they look. Come on now. They've been working though, man. It's been. And you guys know me, man. I take it for exactly what it is, and obviously going from the college level to the high school level has been an adjustment for me. I didn't necessarily see this being the case, but it just panned out this way, actually. So the head coach is Deion Wright's younger brother, Brian Wright, and So when I got back out here, long story short, my dad played in the same league or one of the same leagues at the high school that I'm coaching at right now. And when I got back out here, that job had opened up. And so I literally called Deion like the day I got back and I brought up that job. And he's like, yo, my brother just got the job. Give him a call. And that's how it happened. So last year was our first season. This year, been assisting with him. We won the Santa Fe League. It's only 5 teams. So we went 8-0 playing everybody twice. But I say this, being at the high school level and seeing the landscape and how hard it is for kids to get scholarships, I think is really helping the kids buy in. It's giving them a different approach to the game and knowing that if I don't take it serious as much, then it's really not going to happen. So I think that's been something that's really helped me be able to get their ear and introduce them to different, game schemes and strategies. And just from a film standpoint, like we made a lot of strides watching film and then being able to sit through a whole film session without falling asleep. Like it's a lot of adjustments. But it's been fun, man. So we finished the regular season last night. We beat South Pasadena by 3. We finished 19 and I think 9 or 8. And then we find out who we play in the first round of CIF this Saturday.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
progress for the Super
Man,
Bowl.
it's
Gotta
been
ask you this.
fun.
You're West Coast, so I
Yep.
gotta ask you this. Kendrick, what song is gonna be the first song he comes out to at halftime?
He got to come off the TV off. TV off got to be my first. But the TV
Okay.
off with the mustard part. He got to
Oh,
start off with the mustard.
you want to come out scripted?
Yeah. I want him to start off with the mustard, but I can see him coming out to Element. I think I can see him coming out to Element. I'm really looking forward to that performance. Yeah, I would like to see TV off with the mustard part or with Element. If I had to start putting it out here, I can make it look sexy. Like I think that'll be real dope.
I'm so split. I've been going back and forth. I'll make my final decision in a minute. I've been going back and forth for what I think because he has so many. Like someone earlier said, Mad City, which was
Yeah.
awesome because of the way the beat dropped. So like it's so many songs he got to come out.
Yeah.
Where are you watching the game, man? And what you got on the menu?
So my pops just flew in town. He'll be in San Diego up until Saturday. So I'll probably watch either here at my uncle's house with his brother.
Got you. What y'all making?
Yeah.
Wings? What y'all got? What y'all throwing some
Honestly,
on the grill?
bro, we might put in the order, bro. I'm just be honest with you. We not whipping nothing up. We gonna put in that order for the wings, probably, or a pizza or whatnot. Ain't nobody probably. No, I take that back. My uncle be getting on the grill. So if he's really on that type of time, it'll be an all day thing, and then he'll just be done by the time we get there. But I ain't gonna lie, I want the Eagles. I think the Eagles will pull it out. Saquon gonna get one on his birthday. I'm hoping he get one on his birthday. So that's what I'm hoping it'll be.
Who do you think? Okay, so I'll try to be like your Saquon, your Jalen Hurts, your Mahomes. Who do you think will be like an unsung hero in this game?
Yeah, I don't even know, honestly. If Saquon, I mean, obviously Saquon needs that. What is he gonna pass? Like most yards in the single season. I saw.
Yeah.
So I'll say Saquon. I mean, if Jalen Hurts is off the charts, which I expect him to be, but I'm saying that with not a lot of insight as to like the defense and everybody and knowing who's on that end. Like I really don't know a lot about the team, to be honest with you. But a friend of mine in Western Mass is an Eagles fan, and I didn't have a team coming into this season. He influenced me to go with the Eagles, and then I'm just like, all right, now they made it to the Super Bowl, so I want to see them get the job done. To be honest with you,
it's a good team to root for, Juice.
Look.
He was gonna keep you off the stream, but he said you could stay since you took his birds.
Always welcome.
Unless
Look, I gotta do a better job of following them. Look, I gotta do a better job of following them all season, though. I gotta lock in. I'm gonna be honest.
We tried to get you out.
Huh?
We tried to get you out here for the weekend.
I know. That's
Very
what we're talking about what we're doing on the weekend right now.
Right.
But I definitely looked into it. I was just like, and then my pop said he was coming out here. I was like, damn, it's probably gonna be a rough one. But I was gonna say, man, how's everything been with you guys? I wanted to definitely chop it up with y'all.
Good.
Doing great.
It's been cool. Still trying to grow,
Yeah.
still having fun. I mean, at the end of the day, gotta have fun first. Everything else will come as it
Yeah.
goes. I mean, it's still been fun. It's been, even like in the chat today, there's been a lot of different people popping in the chat, which we definitely appreciate y'all chat. Just a lot of interesting comments, and even like just looking at the socials, like we get more comments of different people that are like really mess with the show. So it's been kind of interesting to watch like the growth as it's going. It's a grind, but it's still a fun grind.
Bro, they giving you the PC version. These two motherfuckers up here are peeing in my ass, bro. I gotta live with these two guys right now, right here. I'm so happy Trace coming in, mixing it up. I got some different energy now. No, I'm kidding, man. It's been fun. It's been good.
Nah, look. I said it's a line for me to get into the chat. I'm like, I'm waiting to get. I saw it ring, and I'm like, it's a long line to get up in this joint, yo. Hey, I love to see it though.
Hey, the
You
best
feel
for
me?
last.
Well, it's funny because you were on the Super Bowl show last year, and I mean, we had people on, but like this year, we had a lot of people in a few that we kind of like, okay, maybe for another one, because it just was, we had a lot of people that actually like messed with it, said, oh yeah, I'll come through definitely. Because like really, the show wasn't supposed to run this long, but we were having a good time, so the show ran longer
The
than
show
we
was supposed to be
expected.
over at 10:30.
An hour ago,
An
right?
hour- I was there an hour ago. Yeah.
We said
Yo,
10
thanks for being
minutes.
patient with
Like,
us, man.
all right.
Look, extend
That went out
the
the
show.
window.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
We
Yeah,
No, we
we're
had a
out the
good
window,
time.
but everybody having a good time, so.
Nah,
So
that's
I'm
what it's
definitely
about,
glad to get
man.
you back on. We got to get you back on, though, especially now. I mean, football's about to be over, so we definitely got to get you on soon, like next couple weeks. Yeah, once you know did we lose them?
Nope.
Okay. I know we lost him for a second. We know you got playoffs coming up, but once playoffs, once y'all take on that ship, we're gonna speak that to existence. Once y'all go ahead and take on that championship, we gotta have you on. Come on, tell us about that championship when you lock it in. Tell us about that. Then we just gotta talk more hoops because it's
Look,
that time.
Yeah, a lot of hoops to talk.
nah, look, it's definitely that time. Hey, I wanted to tell y'all too. I got to see Juju Watkins in person, man, and
My freaking girl, bro. How good? Tell me. How amazing.
bro, let me just say, she showed me them glimpses of Jordan, bro. Give me the ball, move out the way, bro. Like, give me the ball, move out the way. I got it.
She's that
Like,
nice.
it's on that. And then at the same time, she's efficient. She doesn't go through spurts where she's missing 2 and 3 and 4 shots. She has the IQ to be the general before get a dime here and there. So, it's always a piece of able to see her game and see everything she can do and make a difference on the floor. But it's her change of pace, bro. To be honest with y'all, like it's her change of pace, like how she pushes the ball up the floor, stop on a dime, pull up, like nobody at I'm not gonna say nobody at the college level, but there's too many players at the college level that can't really guard her at a high level, So obviously you have those matchups that those ranked matchups that they can get now in the Big Ten at a high level that I feel like is good for her. So, she's definitely that player that you gotta see in person, bro. Gotta see in person and see
you know what though?
what it's
You know what
looking
match
like.
I was really looking forward to, and it was very, very happily received. The homegirl out of Notre Dame is ridiculous, man. They call her, oh my God, to Olivia Miles. That was a hell of a game between the two of them. What do you think about her game? Because she is, I mean, her
Olivia
handles,
Miles.
she's like the Jason Kidd of female basketball. Do you agree with that? Her handles are insane, bro.
Yeah. No, her and her vision too
like
at that.
way off the charts.
Uh-huh. So the game is taking that elevation though. You can obviously see it specifically at the guard position. Obviously the bigs being more athletic. But to answer your question, that style of basketball at the point guard level, you're starting to see at it's almost like you say, it's off the charts. Now I would say there's not enough games that I've seen in person. I know I only got UCLA out here. That's a top ranked team. USC will play UCLA. I definitely want to go catch that in the coming weeks to be able to see that high level guard play. But the ACC on the men's side ain't what it used to be. So I need to lock back in on the ACC on the women's side for sure.
Dries, there's a question for you in the chat, and real quick, Conrad, if you, I don't think we gave full background, but Dries went to Bonaventure, actually hooped at Bonaventure, so he's like our expert when it comes to talking hoops, especially when it comes to talking college hoops, because he was there. He's been an attorney. So, but the question for you from Conrad in the chat is to ask real quick: has the lady ball game got better with the guards because they're cooking in the women college ball? I'm talking about the tapes every day, but he also says he agrees with what you were saying about the ladies basketball.
Okay.
But basically, I think he's asking
Yeah.
more about like the tapes and basically what is making ladies basketball what it is, like the progression here.
Yeah, nah, that's a great question because I was actually talking about it. I can't remember who I was talking about it with, but I was saying the pace, right? Like the possessions. There's, they dive it on the floor. Like it's a faster game. Like I grew up watching Maya Moore, and I watched her in high school at Collins Hill, and like she was just dominant. Won 4 state championships, had a career that was off the charts, but you could see that she was much faster than but she had a great at the women's stuff back then. Was in the game was a little too like, okay, it's so for them. Now at college level, you can see that it's a pace that isn't that much slower than where they are, if that makes sense. So it's getting closer to the time of Juju Watkins, and then if USC is playing a number 1 or 2 ranked UCLA, that pace is there. It's not like it's a 2 versus 2, the 2 best players versus the 2 best players. That drop off isn't as crazy, and I think that's where I get excited, honestly, when it comes to watching the sport, because when you see diving on the floor, jump balls, hard fouls, like that's when all right, they going at it. It's 5-on-5 right now. It's not just Juju Watkins versus five other defenders, right? And so that's the best thing about it. But to my point in watching other conferences, that's where you can kind of compare player to player. And honestly, I wish that the all-star, like I wish the college level had like an all-star weekend kind of thing. I think that would be really dope. Because it would be competitive, you know what I'm saying? It would be competitive, and you would be able to see it at a level of appreciation, especially on the women's side. Now the men's side, who knows what it would look like? I think it's all about the structure. But the women's side, I think, would do it very good. It'd do it a justice when it comes to anticipation and when it comes to participation.
I got one quick question for you, Dries, before I ask you for your final score for football. I know we kind of turned this into hoops, but
No,
we'll
it's
break
good. It's good.
real quick. So, instant reaction, because it just came down like 2 seconds ago. Brandon Ingram just got traded to the Toronto Raptors.
They said Toronto?
Brandon Ingram was traded to the Toronto Raptors. The Pelicans got back Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick.
What?
This is breaking news, like live right now.
What?
These trades are getting whacked, bro.
It's never gonna be the same. I mean, I love the Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, but they're kind of similar. I don't know. I guess. I mean, he's more of a wing though, so that'll be interesting. I guess Emmanuel Quickly's been hurt. I would love to see him healthy and get him back in that lineup, because they have a good core. Damn. I mean, that's what Toronto needs, if we're being honest. They need somebody like Brandon Ingram to take their market a little bit higher. But damn.
Because DeJounte Murray went out with the Phillies too.
DeJounte Murray's on the move?
No, he tore his
hurt. Yeah, he tore his
he's had surgery.
Oh, he's hurt.
He tore his
Achilles.
So he's done for at least till next year. So
yeah.
I mean,
shit.
I don't know. I like it for the Raptors. I'm trying to think the Pelican side. I guess maybe the pick. I know they're saying okay, Murray's out, so you're not worried about that. But I don't know. The Pelican side is a little bit puzzling for me. I don't know. Do you mean you don't probably keep Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk long term? So basically, just trying to get that first round draft pick and hope it turns into something. Not sure what year, if it's this year or a future one, but yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I guess I'm better for the Raptors in a quick.
So
thought.
There's only one thing I can think of for the Pelicans, and it kind of has more to do with the other move they made today. They sent what is, how do I even know how to say his last name? Daniel, was it Theus or Thies? They sent him. Theis. Yeah. They sent him to OKC, and the specific thing they pointed out after that trade was all they got back for him was cash considerations, and it got them underneath the luxury tax.
Interesting.
So is it just making the money balance enough that they stay beneath the luxury tax?
And that might be the point. So yeah, maybe that. But yeah, that's just a quick. I'm gonna try to do my quick Shams bomb here and just break news in the middle of the podcast that way. But Dries, before you go,
Real quick though, that Chris Middleton, Kyle Kuzma was one that I thought was interesting as well.
That was weird.
It was like, huh? And it was like that. Now GMs are just like, all right, let's try this. Let's just see what happens.
Just throw.
It's just random, but I think they're saying that they'll buy Chris Middleton out, so he might be a free agent.
Ooh, just goes back to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Buyout market. That's a big one for the buy market to happen.
Right.
But real quick, Dries,
I guess I'll pick
before
him up.
heading out, who do you have as your MVP for the Super Bowl, and what's your final score?
I got Jalen Hurts MVP. I got final score 21-28.
Almost an under. Almost. Half a point over, bro. You're the only person that can give
21
close to the points.
21-28.
All right, we definitely appreciate that. As usual, bro. Appreciate you coming through. If you got any quick
Man.
shout outs you want to give, feel free to shout them out.
Look, man, shout out to y'all for having me, bro. It's always a great time, man. I appreciate what you guys are doing and sticking together. I appreciate it from afar, but when I'm always able to get on with you guys, it's always love, man. So my shout out is to y'all, man, for doing what y'all doing and keep going. And if y'all need anything, or I'm always gonna support y'all through it, man.
Thank
You already know. We appreciate that. You already know. You got an open invite. All you got to do is be like, hey,
Tell us, I want to come on the show.
I'm on the stage. Like, yeah,
Look,
pull up.
yeah, I need to more often too, but I know y'all finding y'all groove. I want to shout out you and your Ohio Buckeyes. I do want to just give you that shout out as well. I see it.
Poor Mikey. Poor Mikey.
It's
I can't
That's
win.
bad, Mikey. Yeah, I'm about to say you definitely you had to kind of sit back on that one.
No, they won. They won. Oh,
It's all
Dries, just
good.
pay attention. Pay attention to the stuff coming out, the content coming out this weekend. I have a T-shirt that's on the way that I, by bet, have to wear, and it's not.
And I got some
Oh,
t-shirts
word?
too.
Say no more. I'm locked.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Oh,
locked
man.
in. But yeah, we'll definitely have you back on soon. Like I said, you got open invite. Just hit us up like, hey,
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to come off at 10. You already know what time it is. But definitely
For
appreciate
sure.
you,
I
bro.
appreciate y'all, man.
Enjoy the weekend with your pops, man.
Have a good
Good
one,
seeing
bro.
you.
Later.
Appreciate you, Dries.
Later.
Hey, yo, let's just big up Conrad for blowing up the chat with insight the whole
seriously.
time. Conrad, man, thank you for just being so just on point with us here. And hey, since you're a women's hoop fan, I know you've been watching Kiyomi McMillan. Nobody knows her. She's buried up in Rutgers right now. One of the most electric freshmen to probably ever come in the game. She plays like she's a dude. This girl can play with the men. Maybe not defensively, but her moves are insane. So I know you know about that, but big up Conrad.
Not so.
Yeah, definitely big ups to the entire chat. Conrad, definitely appreciate Mike's family. We'll be at the family reunion.
Yeah,
Definitely
thank
big
you,
shout out to them. I know a lot of people have hopped off now. Pretty much real quick, everybody that was on today. Shout out to Brandon, shout out to Fonz, Herb and Rod, Shane, Mr. U, Vinny, Uncle Chris, Uncle Mike, Dries. Yeah, we had a lot of people, a lot of folks in the chat. So appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody else who watched, and everybody else who support our content. We definitely appreciate that. We got a lot of good stuff still to come. Really quick before we head out, we got everybody else's final predictions. Real quick round table, guys. Final score, Super Bowl. Let's see what order we want to go in.
I'll go last.
We already know what your prediction is. Just make you go first. Okay, no, I'll go first. Jay, Mike, then we'll close it out with Mr. Go Eagles, Fly Eagles, Fly. Okay, so let's see. We got the Kansas City Chiefs 30. We got the Philadelphia Eagles 27. Three-peat is happening.
Boy, I'm a guy that I always love chicken wings, and I kind of have a feeling that the birds are gonna prevail here. So, and I'm taking the under, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, one person believes in the under. It's this guy right here, and it's gonna be a walk-off field goal. Eagles win this game, 23-21. Game over. Eagles win. John goes crazy.
Damn near a 3-hour lead up to him taking the under by commenting every time someone did.
Every time someone said, finally,
I almost
someone
twisted myself
over,
under.
and then the over. I'm like, he's taking the under.
I'm right, I am.
Yep. Okay. I say it all the time, and I shall say it one final time this season. Until he proves wrong, I will never doubt Patrick Michael Jordan Mahomes.
Definitely.
Final score.
Definitely.
Chiefs 28, Eagles 24.
it will be my Philadelphia Eagles hoisting that Lombardi trophy, and my MVP will be Mr. Saquon Barkley, who will rush for 200 yards in that game and 3 touchdowns.
Oof.
And the final score will be 49-42.
Jesus.
He's on sauce.
Now you know he can't rush for 3 touchdowns, right? Because Jalen Hurts is going to steal like 2 from him. Even if he got the 49, Jalen Hurts.
That motherfucker said, Jalen, you getting 2 in this game, and I'm getting
Jalen's going
3.
to
Did you
trip
see
him at
him?
the 1
He
yard
said, I'm
line.
crossing this goal line and going to the back end zone.
Jalen will trip him at the 1 yard line and say that I was
that would just be the worst.
One thing before we head out. So shout out to everyone in the viewership. Everybody, appreciate the 3 hours you stuck with us. We were not supposed to go 3 hours. But we appreciate all the love, all the comments, everything in that aspect. Shout out to Trey Day for doing a great job hosting tonight. And the 2 guys below us for being there always. So we're going to have a great weekend. We got a lot of content coming to you guys at Cinco Squad Pod 05. Make sure you tune in. And we'll be all together here in less than 48 hours. So make sure you guys are tuning in. Trader, you want to close us out?
You know, as we always say, like, comment, subscribe. We do talk back. And Conrad, he would definitely verify you in the comments here.
Yes, sir.
We are always chopping up with him and a lot of other people in the comments. So yeah, definitely comment. We always we love to communicate with folks. That's what makes it fun for us. It ain't just about trying to get subscribers and viewers. We like to have fun and talk sports, music, whatever. So yeah,
and remember, you are the 5th member.
Yes, you are the 5th member.
People say, we don't see 5 on screen. Yes, always 5 on screen. Whether we're talking to folks, whether we're in the streets talking to folks, the 5th member is the people. So always remember that. But definitely shout out to everybody. Cinco Squad Pod 05. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. Cinco Squad out.